Alright, welcome everybody. It looks like we're back. Thank you very much for all sticking with me. I do apologise. It looks like I got directly hit offline. I got directly affected. Nobody else in the household did. So it looks like, unfortunately, I was targeted and I was booted offline. So I do apologise. There's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. But we are going to be restarting. If it's going to hurt anybody, it's going to hurt me. So we'll be hopping straight back into this. And yeah, let's hop straight back in. I hope you guys are okay with waiting for a moment whilst we sort out what we're going to do here. You can have the replay, but I need to play in H1 now. If you need to go, mate. I think H1 Suns tournament is also going to be going on at the same time, so yeah, if he needs to go, he needs to go. Let me know so I can find a replacement. Alright, so we're going to be hopping straight back into it. We're going to reroll the factions. I'm going to reroll. Cool. Alright then, so we will be going through to some new players. Let's hop back into it and let's get it rolling. Give me a second, guys, while I organise this. Alright, so it looks like next we will be having Mr. Captain Morgan! Mr. Captain Morgan, you're up. Captain Morgan, you're up. Let's have a look. Shortbid League. Okie dokie. Right. Welcome back, everybody. Who will stand the true power then? We're ready to find out. Well, Mr. Captain Morgan should be coming. Although I can't see Cap on here anywhere. No. Alright, Captain Morgan's next, but I can't find him. Ah, Captain Morgan! Let's go! Sweet, let's go. Where's the captain? Where is he? Ah, Sedane! You're going to be playing. Nice, man. Oh, and Consular Rome's online. Nice! The boys are back. The boys are back. Nice to see it. That makes me very happy, actually. That makes me very happy to see the boys back and playing. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Alright, so we're going to do the random generation here of this display capture. So, for Mr. PP, what are we going to get? Kind of sad you couldn't see that game. It was really close. Oh, sorry, dude, man. Yeah, sorry, man. It looks like I got targeted and I just got hit offline, so there's not a lot I can do about it. We have Durfu. Durfu there for PP. And here for Mr. Captain Morgan, what are we going to get?
Time to kill.
Oh, Deathmaster Snickish. I think that's the favourite lord there from Mr. Captain Morgan. From the Capt Man himself. From the Capitano. Alrighty. Let's hop into it then, shall we? We'll get these boys set up and ready to go. And where are we here? So... Durthu, and then capt equals Deathmaster. Let's do this. Alrighty, I'm excited for this. Mr. Undead, hey, just woke up. How's it hanging? Well, we've just restarted stream because I got hit offline for the first one. So I will have to... I think it's going to hit me pretty hard because, of course, it will count me streaming twice in the same day. So it's going to hit me hard for the second one. So it's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. There's not a lot I can do about it. I could have ended the stream, but, of course, that was only an hour. And I felt like, everybody would have been pretty disappointed if I just finished off there, so... Call the Holy Inquisition! But yeah, if it was close, Nick, feel free to send it in, dude. Feel free to send it in. Perfect. Alright, here we go. So, let's hope Papa Palpatine is ready. We are going to be on Prague. We'll go for that one yet again. Maybe we'll switch it up, actually. No, we'll stay on Prague, because, of course, he set his army for that. So, we're also going to be having Captain Morn here with Skaven. Now, it is by far their worst matchup. Of course, here for the Skaven, they don't like the Wood Elves. They don't do so greatly there. Man, I really enjoy watching Ranald's King of the Hills. Really cool / fun format. Yeah, I think also the one thing that it's quite nice about it is it really knocks off the ability just to go meta. Because it might be like, although this matchup in general is very Wood Elf favoured, it's sort of, you've now got to use Durfu. So, is it really that favoured anymore? I don't know. And Deathmaster, it's a pretty good pick. It's not bad. So, it's kind of even the odds here. It's nowhere near as favoured for the Wood Elves as it normally would have been. A couple of the Warlock Giselles could certainly make this more difficult. Alright, let's get this train wreck over with. I believe in you, Captain Morgan. You can do this. I believe in you. I know Papa Palpatine is certainly one of the stronger players in DVD. He is very, very strong. Hey, Contende, how are you? How are you? Welcome. For one of you guys joining, of course, this is going to be the part 2 after I got hit offline for the King of the Hill. We have an hour stream before this, and then I got hit offline directly. And now we're back. So if you guys are enjoying the content, please feel free to smash that like button, as it will count as a separate stream. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to reboot it in time. So if you would like that, that'd be very helpful. Of course, as well, if you are new and you are enjoying all the content you see here on the channel, please feel free to also subscribe. It really helps. I saw somebody did that earlier. Unfortunately, it didn't come up here on my Streamlabs. I don't know why it didn't come up on my Streamlabs. it should have done, but it didn't tell me, unless someone did that privately. It should tell me if someone subscribes, but it didn't. So, a bit annoyed about that. So it should tell me. It's not actually told me here yet, but someone definitely did. So we'll have to see as it goes through there. But how you doing, Contende? How are you doing, my brother? How's our day been? How is Mr. Clan LS? How are you, ladies and gentlemen, getting on? So on the floor here, we are going to be having some wolf rats. Oh my god, with the gold chevrons as well for the added leadership. Yeah, more wolf rats as well. Death thrones on the floor. Lots of death thrones, including the Vishgrin's Death Squad. Mixing in with the Eshin Triads, the Iska's Triads here as well. More wolf rats and more death runners. We are going to be seeing the Eshin Sorcerer with Death Master Snickage in the back with the Brittle Bones, as well as the Black Whirlwind, one of my favourite spells here coming from the Skaven at the moment, with the Death Master Sigil, as well as Concealment Bombs and Slippery. Another unit here with the Natty Bobo Sharp Shooters here with that Stalk. So everything here is going to have a Vanguard and Stalk. So, oh, of course, apart from these Wolf Rats, they won't be stalked, sadly. But everything... Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. This is... Right, this is going to be an absolute bomb, and I'm excited. Right, Dryads here in the back. It's like 5 units of Dryads on the front line. We're going to have some Wild Riders with shields, Glade Riders, as well as the Glade Rider Hagbane Tips. In the back here, we are going to have the Deepwood Scouts with the Swift Shiver Shards. They're going to meet the demise here up against the Vishgrin's Death Squad. You can see some more Deepwood Scouts in the back here as well with the Swift Shiver Shards. So, as you can see, Wolf Rats here should immediately be able to charge down up against the Glade Rider Spears. It all comes down to who gets their micro on top first. Natty Bobos in the back here with some more Wolf Rats to protect them. Natty Bobos here can certainly snipe up against Durfu. Of course, coming in here with the Branch Wraith as well, looks like we are going to be having the Pendulum as well. What else we got here? Looks like Mystify Miasma, Earthblood, Call of the Woods, and Smoke and Mirrors as well here. Durfu with that Frenzy, but no magic for him. Of course, he's going to be coming in here naked. The man is bare. We're ready here. We've got our sights ready to go. Actually going to be vanguarded. They're going to be facing literally back to back without even realizing it. This is going to be very interesting. This is how you know exactly no stream sniping is going on. They're immediately going to turn around and they're going to be fighting. No, and as you can see, the bows here just going to separate in all manner of directions. In the middle, we are going to have a Black Whirlwind here on top of the Dryads. I love this spell. It's such a nice spell. Look at this spell, and it's a spell as well that just doesn't move. It's just going to be deleting Dryads here in the middle. A lovely spell indeed. Now, Durfu will literally butter the bread here off Deathmaster. He does want none of this action at all. Now, if we can pull him in with the Deathmaster Sigil, fighting up against maybe the Vishgrin Death Squad, moving in with some of the Ishka's Triads, that could be very nice indeed. Negating that armor there, putting him down to 55 can certainly aid. Unfortunately, the Eshin Sorcerer, he's going to be getting slapped, and he's going to be getting slapped hard. Him sat in the middle here is going to be pretty painful. As you can see, the Warlock Giselle is going to be shooting here, doing some pretty good hits here on the Dryads, moving in up against the Glade Riders as well. Wild Riders moving on the flank here with the Glade Riders. Suddenly want to turn and burn here using the Natty Bobos. In the back here, we can see those whirling blades here coming in, getting a negative 50% armor. You can see a Pendulum in the front line here going up against those Doggos and the Viscrins. Viscrins moving in, big shots here coming, raining fire down on top of Durfu. He's going to be getting absolutely slapped here by these Giselles. Pressure on the Eshin Sorcerer, some nice work there in the middle. Still going to be sniping up against Durfu, trying to keep that balance of power nice and in tight. I wouldn't mind seeing Deathmaster coming after the Branch Wraith. Assassinating the Branch Wraith there would be very nice indeed. Oh my god, so much damage on Deathmaster coming in from the Swift Shiver Shards. No pressure in the back there. We can see the Doggos. Where are they? I don't see any Doggos left here on the back. I literally see no Doggos on the map. Palpatine is going to be pulling ahead here with the Wood Elves. It's getting pretty close here in the middle. We can see Deathmaster has moved on. If we use the Deathmaster Sigil here, pin him in place. I'm sure we have a couple of extra abilities as well. Looks like here we are going to be using Slippery. Can we keep hitting here up against it? It looks like he's actually not going to be doing too much. We are actually going to run away there with the Branch Wraith. And then Durfu's going to come in with a slap. I don't know what's happened here. I don't know why Deathmaster stopped attacking, but he did. And now he's going to be getting hit here. He's going to be in a world of trouble here in the middle. The rest of the army is going to be wavering. We see Natty Bobo is getting pushed in the back. That is going to be army losses. GG's and well played. God damn, that was a slap of forces there between those two. That was incredible. Both these DBD guys coming together and just putting on an absolute performance. I absolutely love it. I love games like that. It's really great indeed. Right, so let's change that so we can actually fit that in before we get to the next player. And then we go with a scoreboard there. So scoreboard 1 with Uno Trois. All right, let's get through here with the results. So we got 1,400 for Durfu, with 400 there for the Branch Wraith, and 640, 580, 130, 370, and 690 for the Dryads. 82, 583 there for the D-Wood Scouts with the Swift Shiver Shards. 700 and 900 here from the Glade Rider Spears, with 1.1 and 1,000 for the Wild Riders, with 530 here for the Glade Rider Hackbane Tips. For Deathmaster Snake Itch, 450, 360 for the Etching Sorcerer, with 540, 270 with 444, 695, and 950 for the Death Runners. The Ishka's Triads coming in at 601, 447 here for the Veshkin's Death Squad, with 590 there for the Natty Bobos, with 330, 98, 103, and 612 for the Wolf Rats, with those lovely gold chevrons. Great work indeed. GG's. I had a feeling this would happen. LOL, I hate nothing for Durfu. Good luck, man. Yeah, GG's well played. Capt here going to be going 3-0 in the lead. Welcome back, everyone. Hope we're all doing well. And who have we got here? Welcome, Pax. How we doing, buddy? Vanguard from both sides saved Durfu a bit of cardio. Yeah, indeed. Although Durfu does need a bit of cardio. He's looking a bit much, isn't he? Yeah, beautiful game indeed. Beautiful game. So on the list here, we throw me on the list, coach. All right then, Mr. Contender, you're going to be on the list. You're going to be ready to go and ready to rumble. I've been sent something. So we are going to be Mr. Contender. You're in, buddy. We are going to be seeing ALDB next. Let's get you pinned. Thank you very much, Mr. Juros. I did see that. ALDB. It sounds like ALDB to the game. That's what it sounds like. Do we have ALDB here added? I believe I did at one point. I don't know what it'd still be on here. What was this? Right. Let's go. I can't find ALDB anywhere. Where is Mr. ALDB? Okay, can't find him. Can't find him. If in doubt, we should be having Cypher in as well, so we'll try and see if we can get Cypher ready to go for time to install. I'm switching from Cav Beta, so if someone could play Dwarfs or Vampire counts, that would be great. Are you on the regular? Because we're on the Cav Beta, my friend. Also, looks like there isn't much rust to be shaken off on Papa Palpatine. Getting on a roll. Love to see it. Yeah, Papa Palpatine's coming back in strong. He's always been a very strong player here in the community. So what we'll do, whilst we're waiting, we will mix in here with the display. Try and see if we can roll up with another faction. Of course, any of you guys are enjoying this, please, of course, like and subscribe. That really does help the channel. It really helps me grow towards my targets of Grand Hierophant Kadep. Yeah, for Mr. PP. Yeah, of course, it helps me grow towards those 1,000 that I'm really trying to grow towards. And of course, liking here really helps promote the second stream here on my YouTube today. And we'll be having ALDB. What's he coming in with? We've had a lot of Tomb Kings today. We don't often get that many Tomb Kings, but of course here, going to be pretty strong indeed. Oh, Bretonia with Rapans de Lyonese. Yes. And of course, you guys will know my French gets more and more ridiculous the more and more I watch the Bretonians. All right. I want to see the memes. The memes! Is there anybody that does want to sign up? Maybe a mod there can leave a little link there to the Discord. But you guys can join up to the Discord there and come sign up, of course, like everybody else. You guys be more than welcome to play. ALDB is up. I might have to DM him. Send a little DM. Looks like he's not online currently, so we'll just send him a little DM, see if he is around. See what's going on there. I'll be a bit late. Okay. Zypher, are you ready? Let's see if Zypher is ready here. Thank you very much for Zypher. Zypher, are you ready? Oh, thank you very much, boys. Really appreciate that. Of course, you guys there can join up at any point and come see all the content here. You'll be able to see all my single player stuff, all my multiplayer stuff, as well as my leagues and my tournaments. So for those that don't know, I actually also run the Shortbeard League. Now, what is the Shortbeard League? What does it mean to you? Now, the Shortbeard League is a league that I run for all new players. So what you do is you come here onto the Discord. It's actually starting tomorrow for Season 3. But essentially, you play against me or one of my other admins, and then we place you within the league. We make sure that all the players that we play against and all the players that go in the league are of the correct standard and that they should be playing in the Shortbeard League. And the way that kind of works is that you'll get put in your specific league segment, and then within those league segments, so it starts at the bottom with Urkran Miners and goes all the way up to the Nor Grimling Iron Breakers. So it goes from Urkran Miners to the Warriors of the Dragonfire Path to the Grumbling Guard to the Peakgate Guard to the Nor Grimlings, and that kind of goes up in the Dwarf Infantry rankings. So you guys can certainly progress through there. Yep, so you got those to go through, and I think that for you guys, we try and put you in there, and the top 2 from each league gets promoted and they go up, so it goes a little bit like a conveyor belt. Nobody comes down, everybody just always pushes through. If you don't come in the top 2, you stay in the same league and you play against those that come up, and you just have some fun there in the league, and you guys can slot in. It gives you best of 3 practice, so you can go up against others. It's not meant to be super competitive. It's meant to just be some fun games that guarantees you a slot up against other people within the league of a similar ability level to you, that you can get some decent best of 3 practices, where it's sort of pick 2, ban 1, and then, obviously in the final game, if you do get to game 3, it will be pick 3, ban 2. And maps are set and everything's sorted out for you. You guys just report the games with the recordings. And you might find some of them here on the YouTube as well. So if I really like some games and I see some really cool ideas, then maybe I'll throw them up here on the YouTube. And you should be able to promote yourself. And then after every season, we also do tournaments. So we do the Shortbeard tournament, which is where you guys get tournament experience. It mirrors very much like Turin's tournaments, Ducky tournaments, my tournaments here with Battlemania. It mimics a very similar outset. So you guys can get used to using Challenge. And the league runs very similar here to the WWC, which is the Warhammer World Championships. So you guys can go through and learn how that works as well. Yep, so the WWC is the Warhammer World Championship. It's probably the biggest event here that we run in the Total War Warhammer scene for multiplayer. So when you guys join there, you invariably get put into a group with just random players. Thank you very much, Grummy. I appreciate that, buddy. So for those guys that joined there, of course, they had the best players in the world. I think there was a massive prize pool. It was like $8,000 there coming together for people for the top 10 places. I believe first place leaving in somewhere with the region of about 1.5k cash. And of course, that runs in a very similar format to that. So you guys, when you do play in the Short Bid League, if you are new, you'll have the ability to learn how that works, how leagues work, how best of threes run. So when you come on the live streams, do your best of threes, best of fives, whatever it may be, and you play in your tournaments, it gives you experience. You can also learn with challenge and just kind of get an overall experience of how it works here in the multiplayer scene. So if you are new, this might be the place for you, and you might want to come on and give it a go. And of course, just jump on there, jump onto the Discord, come and say hello to myself or one of the admins. Just say, hey, what's up? I'd like to potentially be a short bid. And what I'll do is I'll give you the lime green potential short bid. You'll then play against us. If we think you are ready for fit, you'll go into pink. And if we think you're not, I'll let you know. And then you'll go back to being whatever color you were before. So, yeah. Logic, maybe a stream where you watch replays of Short Bid League games. I would happily do that. Yes, I would happily do that. Oh, I don't know, Blackthorn. I don't know if you were faster, because on my side, I've got Zypher above you, mate. I don't know. But I love it, though. I love it. There with the quick draw. Link. I love it, mate. I love it. Yeah, man, I'd be down for that, Hank. We could just go through some games. We could do like a short bid stream where... Thank you very much, Grimmy. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, looks like we've got 2 more here to join. We've actually got Mr. Undead and Mr. Deadly Bunnies that want to join there and play as well. So we'll get these guys in a small while. But yeah, I'd be more than happy to go through there. And do that. I can certainly do that weekly, but of course, if I am to do that, the short bids will need to play their games, because if they don't play their games, I certainly can't do that there as a live stream. Sure. And there's certainly as well, there's certainly some help that you guys can do here on the Discord. We've already got quite a few helpers here on the Discord with admins, short bit admins, etc. We just welcomed Omen to a brand new admin's position here on the Discord. And for anybody that is or would like to help with newer players, you know, maybe with a bit of coaching, or maybe coming and just helping them in with the league, showing them how to do replays, showing them how best of threes work, and you know, maybe sieving through some replays so we can have them here on the channel. If anybody would like to help with that sort of thing, please feel free to get in touch with me. And of course, you know, we already have quite a lot of amazing people here on the Discord already that really do help with all of this. I've got some big projects coming forward that should really help everybody from anywhere from a low tier to a mid tier performance really understand the game to a better standard, so you can go up and play against your peoples like your Alfredinios and your Voids and your Showtimes. You know, get up there and really give these guys a good punching that they deserve. In-game punching, that is. In-game punching with Durfu, because he punches like a truck. Logic, this Green Bay game has been a defensive masterpiece. Oh, really? Is you reckon it's worth a watch for me? At Logic, in short bid VC, have the lowest win rate fix, please. In the short bid voice chat, have the lowest win rate pinned. Oh, you mean like in the bracket next to it? I think the current lowest win rate is... God, it's either Vampire Counts or... I think it's Vampire Counts. I think it is Vampire Counts overall. I could be wrong. Let me double check. So for the guys that don't know, on my Discord, I actually have a section. If you scroll down... to the bottom, you'll see a section called Leagues. Under Leagues, you'll see Short Bid League, Short Bid Tournament, and then Short Bid Stats. On there, I've actually made some stats for you guys, the little sheets that go through Season 1, Season 2. You'll see pie charts, graphs, tables that go over how many games certain factions played. So in Season 1, we saw that Lisbon played 30 games. They won 8 and lost 22, so they had a 26% win rate. But then in Season 2, they got picked 29 times, won 19, lost 10, with a 65.5% win rate. And then overall, between the 2 seasons, that's an overall 45% win rate with 59 picks, 27 wins, and 32 losses. So over time, we'll increase that. We'll get the numbers together, and you guys should be able to see for new players how, in general, we perform here relative with your factions. But yes, Neckbet, we could certainly do that. I mean, Vampire Counts is a particular faction that has a very high skill roof, right? The better your micro gets, the better you get with Winds of Magic and etc. Just the better you're going to get with the faction in general. Now, there is a level of, I'll be careful how I say this, there is a level of optimization you can do with Vampire Counts that can certainly make the faction better, but of course, it's not always agreed upon within the community. There are some things that some people are okay with. There are some things that people implore that are important and are necessary. And then there are some people, of course, that don't like it as well. So depending on your view of Vampire Counts and the game in general will depend on how strong the Vampire Counts should or shouldn't be. So let's go here with the Bretonnians. We're going to be seeing questing knights here for the armor piercing and anti-infantry, mixing in with 2. And looks like 2 units of knights of the round, 2 anti-larges here. So, of course, Cypher is going to be the understudy of Mr. Alfredino himself. So, we expect very similar gameplay. Pox arrows here from the peasant mobs and fire arrows as well for the extra damage. We are going to have the Barrack Dondarians. We are going to be having the flaming swords here with the magical hammers from the Wardens of Las Maisontal. Here with that frenzy, that 90 leadership that does get buffed as well there, I believe. I can't remember what gets buffed about it. But you can see magic attacks and fire attacks, making them pretty strong indeed. 90 leadership is no joke. Battle pilgrims with added chevrons. And on the side, Henri La Massive here as well. He's going to be with his Guardian ability and a Deadly Onslaught, alongside a Damsel of Life here with the Scroll of Shielding, the Dwellers Below and Earthblood, and the Lord Choice, which is going to be Rapans, the Sword of Leonese, as well as the Honor of Maidenly Wrath, her Explosion, yeah, and the Fleur de Lis Banner, giving that plus 10 melee attack and melee defense. I hope you all appreciate my French. It is something I practice on every time I cast. Peasant mobs, we have 4 in the front here, also coming in with some spearmen at arms, getting in with some of those farms in the middle here as well, some men at arms shields. For the Tomb Kings, what in Pentagon is this? Right, we are going to be having some Tomb Guard halberds at the back, a bucket of spears with the Sceptral Stalkers, Tomb Guard halberds, skeleton spears, Sceptral Stalkers for the anti-large and armor piercing with its halberds, Grand Hippofant Katep, the Eyes of the Desert with some carrion flying over the top. What do I think about this? I think this is 1 Dwellers Below away from being absolutely decimated. I'm not going to lie. I think here this is going to be very tough for the Tomb Kings. Hands-free mode activated. I love this. I love the memery. Right, let's go. Let's do this. Let's rock in. Jokes on y'all, I have handily lowered the TK's win rate, and I'm ashamed for it. No, I don't think you have to. They've actually got a pretty high win rate. They've got a pretty high win rate. Well, most people like high-scoring games in NFL, but I enjoy watching good defensive play. I like watching good athletic performance in period. So shots on the back, I think they certainly need to hit the knights around. They're going to be very difficult there, though, with the casket. I think actually focusing on the range, getting rid of the fire arrows and the pox arrows is going to be really important. That could be that could certainly be the win condition here. And then, of course, the halberds will deal alongside the knights of the realm. Shots coming out of the front. Where are the shots going into, though? Where's the doors? Shots here going to be piling a little bit here into the peasant bowman. Of course, that's going to be -10 there. So attacks by archery, -8. Damage should stay -8. It's going to be -16 leadership here for a unit. I believe it doesn't have very much. 41 indeed with those flanks secured. But of course, when getting shot, those flanks are not going to be all that secure. So shots coming out of the gate here. Second one that is going to fire yet again here into the pox arrows. And that's going to be some pretty good damage. That's going to bring them down to -10 there with -45 due to damage sustained. That is going to go up to -25. So they should be able to hold there just about. So Dwellers Below coming in the middle is going to do lovely damage here up against the Tomb Guard halberds. Shots coming out of the gates. I think the intended target was the fire arrows. Not quite going to connect there. Carrion going to be moving out. Where's the carrion going? In the back, we are pretty free. The carrion could certainly get on top of these pox arrows and finish them off. Coming on the back here, the Knights of the Realm are going to be just getting a nice surround here on the right-hand side. Always some question knights as well. Looks like they've been split 2 and 2. Shots coming out, and also the shots are going to be pouring a little bit here into the Pox arrows. -6 there, and from artillery attacks as well. Eyes of the Desert, they're going to be firing into the front line, doing some deletion here up against the peasant mobs. Fire arrows in the pocket now. Fire arrows going to be pouring here up against Grand Hippofan Katep. He will be having oh, he doesn't have a fire weakness. I thought he had a fire weakness. Maybe he just doesn't. I thought he should do, but it looks like he doesn't. But for the Grand Hippofan, I don't actually say what we had here. He's going to be having the Skull Storm, as you see there in the front. So Sandstorm, Arcane Conduit, the Incantation of the Skull Storm. Oh, he does have Skull Storm. Incantation of Protection, Cursed Blades, as well as the Leechy Staff with the Restless Dead and Convent of Power. Charged in the back here from the Knights. They're going to hit right directly into the Spearmen. They are going to get a couple of hits here from the Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard are going to do some nice chomping here up against the Questing Knights. Looks like they're going to be on defensive mode. They're not going to be pulling out of ranks, and so they shouldn't. We're going to be shooting here on the flanks as well from the Schedule Stalkers. They're going to be shooting some nice armor piercing here into the peasant mobs. Overcast going to do some damage here on Grand Hippofan, but we are, of course, going to come in with the Arcane Conduit. Another Skull Storm in the back. It's actually going to be trying to cast here up against the Peasant Pox arrows. Fire arrows going to get broken here. It's going to be -18 leadership. Don't think we'll see those back for a short while. But as you can see, the cannon going to be clearing out the backside here of the archers. In the middle of this, we are going to be charging left, right, and centre here. 2 units of cavalry, as well as it looks like some infantry charging in the back. And on the flanks, we're just going to be waiting, taking our time. Over in the middle, we are going to get... Is that going to be overcast? I think that's just going to be a normal cast there for the dwellers below. We are going to get that healing over the top as well from the realm of the Souls tier 1. The more damage you do, of course, we'll get more healing as well. That front side is getting absolutely grounded and pounded here. The Skeleton Spearmen are going to be holding their absolute best. Schedule Stalkers going down as well. We can see moving in with Henri Le Massive. Now we need to start dropping Grand Hippofans Katep. We are going to be seeing that 40% increased that physical resistance there for the Incantation of Protection. But arrow shots coming over the top here from the Pox, really pouring into Grand Hippofans. Tough battle this is here for the Tomb Kings, but the box is going to hold strong. We can see the Skeptra Stalkers firing on the side here, and wouldn't mind a little bit of pressure here on the Damsel. Tomb Guards are going to be struggling. They are going to be fighting up against Henri. The Scottish Shielding going down on him. It will have some healing as well from Earthblood. We are going to be hitting Realm of the Souls 3. If we actually get a summon in the back here in behind with the beautiful Ushrapti, we should be able to pin in up against Henri Le Massive. Soulstorm in the middle, that's going to be doing some deletion here up against some of the Knights, as well as quite a bit of the bucket of infantry here in the middle. Over the flight, we can see that actually Henri Le Massive is in the middle. He's going to be putting some pressure here on the Grand Wizard. He's actually going to be using the Incantation of Protection. We see there in the middle, the Tomb Guard going to be struggling. Earthblood coming in the pocket here to give that healing here. We're still going to be having that minute-long Scholar Shielding for that resistance to damage. Shots in the back, it's going to be a lovely connection here up against the Peasant Pox arrows there. Doing some pretty nice damage. Is that going to be Pox? No, it's the fire arrows, that one. I do apologise. Another storm here on the sides, really getting into the infantry. Battle Pilgrims and the rest going to be getting absolutely deleted. And this is pulling through lovely here in the middle. Look at this damage just ripping through the Bretonnian army. That is vile. That is absolutely vile there from that Sandstorm. That just ripped from top to bottom here in a nice diagonal going straight through that infantry. That was very much needed here in the middle. We can see some Knights of the Realm here pouring into the back, trying to see if they can get on top of Grand Hippofan. Unfortunately here, the DJ Master himself is going to be holding true. He's going to be mashing out those beats there pretty hard. Big shots in the front going to be deleting here. The -8 from artillery is also really going to help with those damage over time. We do have Rapans in the back. She's going to be pouring in the damage here, putting through the Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard need to push out here against Henri. Henri is going to be struggling. Henri's going to be going down here. 950 health. He is going to be wavering. Can we get Grand Hippofant out of here? I don't know, but he needs to get his DJ machine out to the back. But of course, if we do that, he is going to be vulnerable here up against the Knights of the Realm. Balance of Power is going to be favouring here the side of the Bretonnians. Peasant mobs and men-at-arms, they are going to be breaking though. The infantry is starting to fall. That's when you're going to see a problem. No! Grand Hippofant Incantation of Protection going down. That is going to be -14 leadership. He is going to be dying, and that is going to be the end of the DJ King. He will be falling here. Unfortunately, the DJ deck will go with him. But here in the middle, it looks like it's just going to be Tomb Guards. With some Schedule Stalkers fighting to the end, we have a lot of Tomb Guard halberds here doing the work of the Bone Boy gods. Henri is going to fall here, -8 leadership. He is certainly going to be tired as well. He will more than likely come back with an Earthblood, but I think here we're not too bothered that he's done. Balance of Power coming back towards the middle. It's very interesting here. We can see the Rapans is certainly struggling. Where is the caster? That's the question. I actually haven't seen what happened to the caster. Was the caster dumped on? I think the caster was dumped on. Oh, there she is. I can't see her, so she's going to be breaking in one direction, whilst we do come back with Henri Le Massif. Now, of course, we do get back here with the Damsel of Life. Where are those Carrion? Looks like the Carrion did fall, so unfortunately the Carrion not going to be able to come back here. We see the Sketchel Stalkers fighting in the front line. If the Sketchel Stalkers can push off the Damsel of Life, they can certainly pull their way back into this for sure. We can see in the middle, Rapaz, she's going to be struggling. She has a pretty good amount of defense, 66, but of course here the anti-large and armor-piercing Tomb Guard Halberds, they'll certainly thump when given the opportunity. There's no pressure here in the back as well on the Peasant Fire Arrows, so they're going to be doing some good damage in the middle here up against the Sketchel Stalkers. Looks like there was an explosion there coming in from Rapaz. Fire Arrows doing the work. We need to use our only mobile unit here, the Sketchel Stalkers, and start getting out. They're going to be a little bit still here in the front. And there we go. Earthblood comes in. Earthblood is going to be healing all the infantry here, including the man, the myth, the legend. So no pressure on the damsel is going to allow here a big pullback from the Bretonnians. And I think that's going to be GG's. I think here there's nothing the Tomb Kings can do. They just needed one Earthblood and it was game over here, I think. He is going to be struggling though. He is going to go down to 202, 130, 93. He is going to break. Is he going to get away? I don't know. 93 still. 93, he's not really getting hit. Of course, he's going to be in and aside the Tomb Guards, but they're not really fighting him. One click on those couple of models there would do some nice hits on him. Damsel is going to break as well. Fire arrows still pouring in. We have 2 arrows going pretty strong here. 3 now are back online. They are going to be shooting here into the pocket of the Tomb Guard Halberds. Only 50 armor for them. They do have the shields. We are going to be breaking a lot of the Bretonnians. Banners of Power now pulling back. Rapans is struggling. The Sword of Leonese going down. This could be the pullback of the century here from the big boy himself. Papa Palpatine is going to be coming back and you need to chase off that damsel. She's going to be having one leadership. Apparently she's broken. She now shatters! No! That's a big loss for the Bretonnians. That is a humongous loss. There's going to be no healing here. Healing was needed from Rapans. Healing was also needed for Henri Le Massif. I think that might be the game. I don't know. I don't know. This is so close. We've got fire arrows pouring in here up against the Tomb Guard. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. We are going to shatter there with Henri. Where is she? She's going to be coming back. So we are going to have Rapaz. She's going to be doing the business. Shattering the Knights of the Realm. Oh no, it's falling apart here from the seams. We can see, though, the Tomb Guards are going to be dying. We need to push these fire arrows. Fire arrows are going to shatter. These are going to get pushed on. 10 leadership, 0. Fluttering absolutely everywhere. We're going to be breaking infantry left, right, and center. The other ones have broken as well. The pox arrows going down. We are going to shatter here with the Knights of the Realm. Everything here is falling apart. Skeleton Spears are coming back online. Negative 28 leadership. We are going to have 14 there for the Tomb Guard Halberds in the middle. They're now going to be fighting here up against the men. I don't know, though. I don't know. Fire arrows now going to pour out. You need to pressure those fire arrows. You need to pressure them hard. Men-at-Arms are going to fall, but some more spearmen are going to come in. They're going to hold as well. Rapans is going to come in for those negative stats. Halberds are going to be wrapping around here up against Rapans. More Tomb Guard Halberds moving back into the pocket. Can we get round and start dealing with these fire arrows? The fire arrows have been, they have run out of ammunition. It's like it's going to be a downhill charge. If we can box these skellies up a little bit more, get them a little bit thicker, might be able to get the charge here from Rapans. Rapans are going to charge in, and I think that's just going to instantly shatter them, and they're going to die. But it's like here for the pocket. The remainder are going to be fighting, and I don't think we can get a win here now from the Bretonnians. I thought with healing and cycle charging, I thought we were going to win here with the Bretonnians, but it fell apart once we lost that caster. And God, that's been something. I didn't see how the Ushopti were used. I didn't see what happened there, but maybe there was a pin in for the caster. Maybe the caster got caught. I'm not too sure. So it's like the Sword of Leonese going down, fighting here up against the Tomb Guards. Tomb Guards going to be wrapping around Rapans. Rapans really can't afford to fight at this point. She's going to be wavering. That's going to be GG's. I need to become a dwarf main. Oh, the GG's well played. Rapans is going to fall. That is going to be army losses, and well played. Yeah, god damn it. God damn. What a game. Another game here coming from Papa Palpatine. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry, this is going to be the second stream today. The first one I did actually get booted offline, so we're going to be kicking it back off here live with the second stream. So welcome back. What an awesome game here Some really tight ones from Papa Palpatine. He came down when he played Dilatron. We had one unit of Skeleton Horsemen up against Oxyotl right at the end there, literally going down to Breaking from Fear. And then we had Zypher here, who unfortunately lost his caster. She shattered, which pretty much cost the game, but she got 2,683 damage value there from those Dwellers Belows. Lovely work. Rapans de Leonese with 1,374, and Henri Le Massive in at 703. Here we've got 108 for the Peasant Mobs with 93, as well as 36 and 83 there for the Peasant Mob, with the 300 from the Spearmen at Arms, 80 as well, with 264 for the Men at Arms Shields. 940 there for the Battle Pilgrims, and for the Beric Dondarians, we are going to get 650 for the Wardens of La Maison Tau. 560, 800 here from the Fire Arrows, as well as 740, and 240 there from the Pox. We are going to get 516 and 210 for the Knights of the Realm for the Anti-Large, and for the Armor Piercing, 500 and 462 there from the Questing Knights. So GG's well played, 350 kills, 2,880 damage value for the DJ King himself. Absolutely busting those beats all over the backside here with these Peasant Bowmen. Great work from him. 60 damage value there, 107 and 322 for the Spears, with 550 and 480 for the backside as well. 2,140 for the Tomb Guard Halberds, 1,580 with 1.1 and 466 with 175 for the back end units. The ones here getting destroyed were the ones in the front, but the ones in the back, Jesus! 2.1, 1. Nearly 1.6 and 1.1, just absolute performance. 200 there for the Carrion, just chasing off. Even just one of the Pox arrows getting shut down was really key. 730 there for the Skeptral Stalkers, 520 and 200 as well for the Eyes of the Desert. Just really good pin-in, stopping the coming in, halberds, good shots, poison as well. Just, yeah, good overall. Don't, there are already too many. You behave, Mr. Zypher, you behave. Well played, well played. I didn't actually update the score here, I've just seen. Great, Mr. ALDB is up next. I'm nameless. Cool, man. All right, let's move down here. Let's get the scoreboards ready to go. So we'll change it. Sorry, Zypher, I didn't actually get your name in there. I'll put your name in there for now. Put your name in there until we start this game. So, Zypher. With the whole fluster of the live stream going down. I didn't check that, which is my bad. So we're going to be going to 4-0 here with Mr. Papa Palpatine. Great work from him. Very well played. Great performance indeed. Now we are going to move through here, and we are going to go to Ranald's gift. So what's Ranald got for the PP today? That's the question. Hey, Iceman, how you doing? I challenged him to a best of 7 on Turins a while ago, but he either didn't want to or didn't see it. I don't know. I put Alfred Defo, of course, would love to. As far as Void, I'll avoid having to face Arkan again. 5 halberds is legal, yeah. They're under 950. If you go over 950, I believe it is, it goes down to 4. It goes down to 4 models of anything. Wood Elves, we've got Orion. So we've got Wood Elves. Orion here for Mr. PP. Mr. Papa P. And here for ALDB. Let's see what we get. Well, welcome, Mr. Ice Power. How are you, friend? It's nice to see you back here again. How's your day been? All right, that's all we got. Wood Elf Mirror. I don't think we can do a Ryan versus Ryan. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. I don't want to see the games, just the chat window. Logic, can I get in the list again? Enjoyed the meme tank rush last time. Yeah, of course you can, dude. Yeah, of course you can. Just write your name down on the Discord, mate, and I'll get you signed up. I'll get you signed up. Oh, Vampire Coast. The Vampire Coast with... Let's have a look. Luther Harkon. Oh, let's go. I haven't seen Luther Harkon in a while. Since he got debuffed, Luther has not really been in the scene at all. So it's quite nice to see Luther coming back here. So let's get in with ALDB. But yes, right. Let's move on here. Let's get in with this. Boom, boom. Let's go in with Papa Orion, and then we're gonna have ALDB with Luther VC. Luther Harkon. We're going to switch the match up. We're going to be going on to... Let's go on to the Bone Zone. I think this is the time. I think this is the one we need. So we are going to have the Bone Zone here. It should be pretty fun here for the Bone Zone. I like the Bone Zone. It's a good map. Alrighty, so let's get on here. We've got some new mentions. Yes, of course. All right. All right, so we're gonna have quite a few more going through here. So we do actually have a few more. So let's get that ready to go. We're gonna have 9, 10, and 11, I believe. So we actually have, as far as I can remember, we have Undead. Don't think I've forgotten about you guys. Of course, was trying to do all of this, trying to keep on top of it all, you know. We have Mr. Undead. We're also going to be having Mr. Bunnies. Mr. Bunnies. As well as Mr. Ice. Ice power, baby. So we have Ice Power and then we have Ice Prowl. What's the difference? Who's Mr. Ice Prowl at the moment? Roger that. Right, let's move on to the games at hand. I think we are ready here with Papa P. And then, of course, here we are going to be having the Son of the Mountains ALDB. The man, the myth, the legend coming back here into the game, of course. That's going to be... Is that 4 wins? Is that 4 wins for Papa P? I can't remember, you know. What have we had here? So we've had... I have to go onto the channel and check. So I didn't count the one from Neckbet. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4-0. Cool. 4-0. This will be game 5 then. So here. Right, so let's go on to name number 2. And let's go Son of the Mountains ALDB, baby. Oh, I put Soth. Silly boy. All right, let's stop. We're ready. Just waiting here on the ALDB. All right, we are ready. Let's hop in. Let's get it rumbling. I've got so many post-it notes in and around me. It's unbelievable. I've got so many post-it notes I don't want to do with them. Poor guy had to play VP versus Wood Elves. He's in our clan, Logic. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. He was in your clan before you were, my friend. Make a King of the Hill list on your channel. Discord too might help people catch it when it happens. Cool, man. Yeah, we'll do. Good. That's a good shout, Ice Power. Yeah, I'll add a King of the Hill list, as it were. Yeah, we'll do that. Actually, we'll do that. That's a good idea. Someone, let me not forget that, please. Right, let's finish this off. Alright, coffee is finished, coffee completed. Let's go. So we're going to be on the Bone Zone. We're going to be on the big place itself. Let's move in here with that. Right. So what else against Vampire Counts? Not exactly great for the Vampire Counts. Certainly not their favoured matchup, that's for sure. Right. So for the Vampire Counts, let's have a little look. Sorry, for the Vampire Counts, for the Vampire Coast, we are going to be having Night Terrors. So here, the good terror with that hunger, and anti-infantry armor piercing, and that stalk. They're certainly terrifying to look at, these bad boys. They're fiendish indeed. We are going to be seeing some scurvy dogs, 2 units, mixing in with some deck gunners, that 245 range, good armor piercing, and shield breaker, very strong. We are going to be seeing, it looks like, triple mortars, mixing in with some zombie pirate deck and polearms. 4 units of the polearms should be around the back, and we can see 5 units here of the zombie pirate deckhands at the front. So that's going to be a little bit too many. I believe that's too many. I believe you can only have 8 in total. But we'll talk about that at a later date. We can see at the front the gunnery white as well. We can see that he has just more powder. We are going to have the Vampire Fleet Captain here with Taunt, Invocation of Nehek, Drowned Dead, and the Curse of Undeath. And Luther Harkon on foot. Don't see Luther Harkon on foot much. Don't ever see Luther Harkon really at all. But Hornswaggle with the Power Siphon, as well as the Magical Void, Hunger, and of course here that Disrupt. He does have 70 melee attack. Most of the Vampire Casters, or at least some of the Vampire Lords, are extremely strong there on their melee stats. In the front, Orion here, Mr. Mel Gibson. He's going to be at the front, just going wild here for the woods. He's going to be with the Horn of the Wild Hunt, as well as the Hounds of Orion, the Hawk's Talon, Foeseeker, and the Cloak of Isha. Massive nerf on the Cloak of Isha. I wasn't a big fan of that, because Orion wasn't particularly often seen, but of course it did make him, at least pickable here in the competitive scene, but with that being reduced, and also seeing the big reduce in LREL, it's a bit much. But War Dancers on the side, mixing in with Eternal Guards. Quite a few of the anti-large armor-piercing boys, and some more War Dancers. We are going to have L'Oreal, one of the most beautiful models in the game. This lady here is certainly worth simping over. She's going to be having the Berry Wine, as well as the Icon Oak of Ages, the Dart of Doom, Soul Stealer, as well as Tempest, Great Arcane Conduit, the Wrath of the Wood, and also the Ancient's Protection. In the back here, we are going to see some Dryads. They're going to be vanguarding and pushing into the back here as they do. Pretty meaty boys indeed. Scurvy Dogs in the wings waiting to go. Of course, here fighting up against the War Dancers will be pretty good for them. Mongol Haunter's going to be waiting in the distance. They're going to be waiting to see if they can just get their good grubby hands here, maybe onto the side of some of these War Dancers. In the back here, it's going to be pretty tough. We can see that the Deccan Polearms are now going to be fighting here up against the Dryads. It looks like Horn of the Wild Hunt going down, plus 60% charge bonus. As we charge in here, giving them a massive 19 charge as they thump in here up against these anti-large and armor-piercing poles. So really going to help them here up against the 60 armor of the Dryads. Of course, Dryads have pretty decent stats, magical damage as well, and you can see the polearms are really getting worked upon. Here in the middle, we can see the War Dancers now fighting up against the Deccan Mobs. Rear charges here from the Doggos. The Doggos are going to do some great work up against the War Dancers. Only 15 armor for them means they'll be pretty much hitting entirety of their weapon strength, and these boys with their attack animations are dirty. It's like Awakening of the Woods here in the back, or the one here coming in from the lady herself. I forget what that ability is called. I think it's the Oak of Ages, I think. But shots here from the Carronades coming in the back up against the War Dancers, shooting here in the front as well. You can see here the mortars doing some pretty decent damage. Sorry, not the Carronades. They're going to do some good damage here in the front. Going to be putting out using the Eternal Guards, trying to really see if we punch through the front line. Not known for their melee stats and really ripping through, but that's what's so great here about these War Dancers. Berry Wine going down, giving that perfect vigor and the regen there on their health, but of course going to be down to model issue. We're only going to have 48 out of 75, so of course that Berry Wine not going to get the full utilization out of that healing. In the front line, looks like Ilario is going to be in combat here up against Luther Harkon. Luther Harkon will absolutely dumpster her if given the chance. Hornswoggle going down, negative speed, armor, and melee defense. He's going to be deleting the lady here. A little bit of a glitch animation here, but of course he can still shoot as well. He's going to 360 no-scope her to death, and yeah, she's going to be gone here. Warhounds are in, they're going to be cleaning out, and unfortunately here, Papa Palpatine is in big trouble. We can see here that the pirates are going to be winning. We can see that the Eternal Guards fighting here up against the Night Terrors. They are going to count as large, and they are going to struggle here up against those anti-large stacks. Giants losing in the backside here up against some of the pole arms. And that is going to be Arminas's GG's and well played. Logic, are you surrounding the lore and tabletop game or just Total War? I'm for the majority just in Total War and Vermintide. I'm not really too much. I know bits and bobs about tabletop and I know bits and bobs about lore, but it's not my main place. I actually didn't even see what happened to Orion. Orion got deleted, and I don't even know what by. I assume it was by the deck gunners. Yeah, 1.5 and 800. I really don't know what else deleted him. Maybe it was just, yeah, 1.5k as well for Lufa Harkon. Got it right with 1.1, so it's like Gunner right mixing with Lufa Harkon, and the double deck gunners just deleted Orion. We can see Alariel in with 400. 377 for the Dryads, 340, 170, with 330 there, as well as 38, 230, and 25. 91, 1,300 there for the War Dancers, with 182, with 1,000 there for the Wild Riders. Now, unfortunately, there is a little bit illegal here. We have too many of the Deccan pirate mobs, but it's only one extra. It's a bit of a fun tournament. I'll let him know, but I'll go, it's fine. But yeah, pretty good stuff as well. Doggers in at 500 and 340. 440 there for the Night Terrors with 550, 450, and 400. Yeah, good game there, good game. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be going through to the next stage here, which should be, let's give it a little look, who's on the list. Alright, I forgot I've pinned the list. So the next list should be Mr. Contende. Welcome, sir. Bring yourself forward. Alright, so Papa Palpatine falls at 4 wins. So well played to him today. Really awesome performance. He's going to be on top of the list here with a big fat 4. So we'll put that here on the side just so I can keep an eye on that. So 4 there equals Papa P. The big PP coming in with 4 points. And for the next here, let's get these guys ready as we're going in. Make sure they're nice and ready when they are here. So we're going to roll here for Mr. ALDB. We're going to get for him, and then we're obviously going to be having LSC. LSC being LS Contende. Ooh, we are going to have the LM Crocky. Crocky G, my guy. Crocky G is going to be in the house. I like it. And here for Mr. LSC, what are we going to get? Oh, it's a grudging. It's a grudging. We are going to be seeing Belligar Ironhammer. Let's go. Bring in the belly. Bring in the belly hammer. Alrighty. Let's do this. Contende equals He's going to be the belly hammer. Let's get it. Alrighty. Will I stand corrected? Yes, indeed. He died so quickly I didn't even see what happened, actually. I was focused on the backline play and him doing really well, getting in with those dryads and getting the doggers in and pressuring the flanks and the rear. But he just lost the front line. He just got deleted. The mortars played really well. They shut down all of the units. And, yeah, well played there to Mr. LDB. So Crocky G is going to be pretty fun here. Up against the Dwarves, so this is a pretty even conquest. Now, of course, you would always want Thoric. Thoric certainly makes this more even. Crocky G can certainly get taken down. Now, you can put Crocky G on foot, but that makes a sad Crocky G. A happy Crocky G is either on a horned one, or the happiest Crocky G is certainly here on Grimlock. Grimlock is a big risk. He's good with the anti-large, of course, and the armor piercing. He'd be great up against Thoric Ironbrow there on his anvil, but without his anvil, and without him being in the air, not going to be so great. So maybe just on a horned one today would be, he'd be a little bit of a, he won't be quite as happy there, Crocky G, but of course on a horned one, he's still going to be a happy boy. And of course, Belegar is going to come for some vengeance. The Crocky G's been talking some smack, and of course, Belegar is going to bring the hammer, and he's going to be righting the wrong there in the Damas Kron. So it's going to be pretty interesting here as it goes forward. And I think more than likely, depending on how well Contende plays this, the problem is I know that LDB is a massive dwarf player, so he's going to know exactly how he needs to pick him apart. And I think, although a lot of people do fail with certain builds, there is a couple of builds here for Vertimen that I think work really well. They work really well. I think here, do you know what? We're going to bring it old school. We're going to go to Karak Asgal, the map of legends. The king has been slain. Orion was getting defeated by range at the beginning. Yeah, he was getting absolutely decimated. He was a little bit out there on in the vanguard, so he just got decimated by all the guns. Lufa Harkon has 90 range though, I think. So yeah. So guys, later on tonight, we'll be finishing off the stream today. We will be having here. We've got Undead, Bunnies, and Ice Power. After that, we'll probably round out the stream. And then later on this evening, it will be you guys against me, where I will be doing a Come At Me Bro on Twitch. So if you guys do not have me on Twitch, please give me a follow there, just so you can come on and see a little bit more multiplayer later tonight. I'll be pasting that there in the chat so you guys can see it. So yeah, but no, Pax, if you do want to drop down and drop some knowledge bombs there for tabletop, or even drop some knowledge bombs for the lore, I always encourage it. I always encourage you guys dropping down some knowledge bombs for me to learn. I always love learning about my Dowie, of course. For those who don't know, I am a Dowie enthusiast. I like my men short and bearded. Alrighty. So we are going to be ready with ALDB. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. I actually think that going with the idea of like Croxical Rush with also bringing in, say, maybe Redcrested Skinks, those two mixtures can be quite nice. Mr. Alfredino popping onto Warhammer 2. Now, that is a dangerous sight. You guys can't see that, but I can, and that's dangerous. That is dangerous. That man, that myth, that legend. Actually winning there on Friday, he actually won the Battlemania finals. As he's saying that, I do need to drop him a DM. Ah, lovely jubbly. Good to know. Alrighty, welcome back. Let's do this. Just wanted a contender here. To make sure Contender is okay. The only law needed is Cetra murking demons. I mean, he doesn't serve, and he's an absolute legend. I don't play stunties. You call them stun thieves, I don't see this going well. I think Contender should be fine. I think there's a current mixture where you need to have waves of this is going to be tough for him, I think. This is going to be tough for him. I don't know how he's going to go about this. Alright, looks like he's ready. I'm ready. Let's do this. I think for him, he's going to need like lines of Thunderers so that he can... he's going to need some infantry front line. He's going to need some level of blasting charges. He's going to need some level of Dwarf Warriors. Maybe some of the great weapons. Some Longbeards as well. Like good lines, good onion build. Thunderers in behind with a unit of Slayer or two there just to try and deal with all those big boy monsters. Cannon can be used on this map. I don't always use the cannon. Of course, that does reduce your mobility, even for the dwarves, quite significantly. Oh my lord. No! This has gone really bad already. I've already seen big problems. Okay. Right, we are going to be having double Ancient Sallies. Sallies on the floor here. They're going to be great fire damage as well as flammable. Good armor piercing as well. Bucket ton of Saurus Warrior shields. Mixing in with the Chameleon Stalkers, Saurus Warriors, and oh no, you can't do this. You can never do this. Now we've got a transformation of Gadon and Amber Spear. We've also got Krogar here with Hand of the Gods. I don't think it's going to be enough. Is Krogar going to be on foot? Krogar is on foot. Very interesting. Okay. Buckelodosaurus. And there's one thing you'll notice we do not have, and that is we have one unit of Chameleon Skinks. We do have the Ancient Sallies. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know if it's going to be enough. We have quadruple gyrocopters in the sky. We have a gyro bomber, and triple brimstone guns. We have Longbeards in the front line, lots of Longbeards, good, and some Dwarf Warriors, minus some blasting charges, Iron Breakers as well. Belagar, Master Engineer, and Felix with the Dragonbacks in the back. Now he's going to be naked here for Belagar. We are going to have the Master Engineer with Flash Bomb. And here Felix is going to be having at least 2 items. So he's going to be having... oh, he's going to have his sword here with the melee attack and the anti-infantry bonus and that imbued fire damage. Helping Hand, as well as Foe Seeker and, of course, the Blood Oath, which will heal up both those characters. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Why did you bring a Master Engineer? I did bring restock. Okay, okay. I was about to say I didn't see restock, but there it is. Okay, cool. So we have restock here for the Skyforce. There's nothing to counter this Skyforce. If he focuses the Chameleon Skin, because they counter artillery, so the missile resistance won't get negated, it's just going to be pretty painful. It's going to be pretty painful. You never normally see Gyrocopter builds because of Pterodons, and also because pretty much they can just dominate the sky. They will beat the living daylights out of Gyrocopters. It's going to get painful. It's going to get painful. Hey, Funny Valentine, how you doing? What's up, dude? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be doing a King of the Hill with a Ranald's Gift. So that gives you a random faction and a random lord, and of course you have to play. So we can see here, moving forward, we can see the Brimstone Guns. They're going to be getting in deep there. They're going to be certainly grinding and pounding here up against the Community Skinks. Oh, no, it's devastating here. The poor Skinky boys. And look, I love the gunfire here. The gunfire from the Skyhammer is so goddamn beautiful to listen to. I might even be quiet and just listen to it. It's so goddamn gorgeous. But these boys are going to be struggling. 4 leadership, 10 leadership, artillery shots coming in. They're already going to be down to half health. They are going to shoot in the sky here, but of course they are going to go down, and that is going to be the main counter here. Once you've dealt with that, move over, deal with that Skink Priest of Beasts. He needs to go down almost instantly, and we need to get a Ferromanticore out ASAP. In the back, the Stalkers aren't quite moving yet, but we need to come and hit this force as soon as possible. Hand of the Gods coming out. Hand of the Gods does hit. It's actually not going to kill any models, I don't think. No, all the models are going to stay intact. We are going to chase off here with Contende and the Gyrocopters. Manticore summon coming in. We are going to be shooting here up against the Skin Beast, but in comes the Manticore. So we're going to run away, and I don't blame you, but if you run away, you have to engage this front line. So we are going to triple spread here. We're going to shoot. The Skyhammer actually gives a slow. It has suppressed for 36% speed. That's actually going to put it down to 56 speed. Makes them incredibly slow. 2 of the Skyhammers, or at least 1 Skyhammer and 1 normal Gyrobopter, can actually kite with 3 of the Gyrocopter Brimstone guns up against 2 Manticores, if you know what you're doing. We'll see, they are going to shoot. He is going to chase here up against the Skyhammer. He is going to rampage. Of course, he's just going to keep his course here on the Skyhammer. So the Skyhammer just has to move pretty much. You can just ignore it now. Just keep the Skyhammer moving. He's going to go back up to 85 speed, but you've got 90 here for the Skyhammer. So just keep him moving around the map, and he will die over time. No, Skyhammer. Skyhammer needs to move. No. No, he will thump the Skyhammer in no time. No, my beautiful Skyhammer. We're in the back here. The Gyrocopters have done well. They are going to be breaking the Community Skinks, pushing off the edge of the map. Of course, you have the mobility advantage. Having those in the back is not great, but the Ancient Salamanders are going to move in. We also have here on the flanks the Convenience Stalkers coming in with those blasting charges. Over the top here, we certainly need to take out that caster. Take out the caster, stop the flock of Doons from coming in, stop the Manticores. They are going to be breaking. Flashbomb going down as well. He needs all big hits down there going in from the big boy. Going to be shooting here over the top against the Skin Creature Beasts. Ancient Sally's in. They're going to be doing some big boy damage here up against the Skyhammers. Shots going down on one of the Sallys. Sally the Salamander is getting absolutely decimated. You need to focus on the one, take that down, and then move on to the next. Keep moving there with your Skyhammers. Those shots are going to struggle to hit. One does connect. There is so much damage. Bombs going down the middle as well. Great micro here up against the Saurus Warriors. Shots coming out, but of course, if you're focusing on the Sallys, you're not focusing down the hero, so you're not going to be stopping those from coming in. Big hits, and he does fall. Of course, you can't just be going side to side. You have to move all the time. Big shots here coming out, of course. We do have the Brimstone guns in the back. Not doing too much yet. That's going to be at least 800 gold out of the action. Blasting charges ready to go. They could thump here up against the Dragonback Slayers. We don't want that. Minus the blasting charges have been utilised, and now we should be able to see the blasting charges in from behind. Hand of the Gods is going to smash here into the Brimstone guns. That's going to be 2 and 3, but both of the Hand of the Gods have gone down. Master Engineer in the back. We can see Felix is ready to go. Blasting charges here in the front. Coming into the rear up against the Dragonback Slayers. That is going to be a heck of a lot of damage. Sally is going off. Sally is going to be struggling. She's going to be -9 leadership there in the back. As you can see here on the front line, we are going to be losing the Red Crested Skinks. Blasting charges in as well here from these Longbeards. We can see in the back the Ironbreaker is going to be chasing off here up against those Red Cresteds. And of course we are going to be kiting up against that Master Engineer. Master Engineer has 120 armor. This blasting charge is pretty much going to do nothing. And we can see in the middle, hand to hand, Belegar is going to win all day. All day, every day of the week. Belegar is way too good of a foot character for Crocodile to even stand a chance. We are going to get someone in the back. We are going to get that Ferromanticore. Now, where's the Ferromanticore going to go? Maybe coming after Belegar. Not too sure here. Brimstone guns still going strong. You can see one is actually going to be broken here. One leadership. Is he going to come back is the question. Maybe. It seems maybe not. Oh, they are going to come back. But we are also going to come back with the Ancient Salamander. It's now going to be a time of micro. Who's going to get there first? Are we going to get the shots out of the Brimstones? Or are we going to get the shots here of the Sallys? Sally the Salamander is coming back into the pocket. We are going to be chasing here with the Ferromanticore. It's going to come an awful long way here. Sally is going to be shooting. Oh, Sally hits. Sally gets a nice big hit there on the Brimstone guns. Brimstone guns are going to be finishing off Sally. She's going to be going down -5 leadership. One volley there and you are done, but you need to stay well away from this Manticore. We're going to be shooting here, trying to finish off Krokgar. Krokgar is going to rate -23 leadership. If we can kill him here, it's probably GG's. That's going to be a -16 leadership, and it's going to be pretty devastating here from the side of the Dinos. Master Engineer, he's going to be 360 no-scoping. He's going to be shooting here into Sally the Salamander. She's going to be a little bit in target, unfortunately. Ironbreakers up against Red Crested Skinks. It's so funnily lopsided. It's actually not funny. Those Red Cresteds are going to get dumpstered pretty hard here. Saurus Warriors fighting up against the Dragonback Slayers. They're going to go down to 440 health there with 15 models left intact. Saurus Warriors fighting up against Longbeards. That's no fun for anybody. That is a grind fight that you've ever seen. In the middle, though, we have Gyrocopter Brimstone guns. We need to get the triple back and get in the restock here from the Master Engineer. Shots coming in up against the Ancient Salamander. We can see rampaging there for the Ferromanticore. If he flies down, if you go over the infantry, oh, he falls. I don't know if that was, I don't know if he got 360 no scoped, or I'm not really too sure what happened there. But he maybe just fell on time. I don't know, but he fell pretty quickly. Sally's going to go down. We are also going to break there with the red-crested skinks. Balance back hugely in the Dowie favour. We can actually see here that the skink priest of beasts in the middle is going to be struggling. The Cohort and Sotek will be unbreakable, so they will hold that line and hold the attack. But as you can see, we got the gyrocopter Brimstone guns back in action. These gyrocopters certainly need a restock here from the Master Engineer. He's going to be in melee combat here up against the red-crested skinks. They'll certainly put a punch on. Good poison as well. The AP Great Axes will do some good work, so we are going to shatter here. That is going to be army losses, GG's, and well played. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, a perfect reason why you always bring Pterodons in this matchup. Yeah, I think it ran out of time. I thought it might have got a 360 no-scoped, but it looks like it actually just ran out of time and just immediately dropped on the floor. But on my screen, the animation was the hell went boom and just immediately died. I thought maybe it got 360'd. I wasn't too sure. But yeah, GG's well played here. Well played, well played, well played. I like it to Mr. ALDB. We've got 1,085 there for Belagar Ironhammer, 1,000 here for the Master Engineer, and 114 for Felix. We've got 290 there for the Miners of Blasting Charges, with 300 for the Dwarf Warriors. We've got 600 for the Longbeards, 680 for the Longbeards, and 330. 850 for the Dragonback Slayers, as well as 770 for the Iron Breakers. 1.1, 780, as well as 850, and 1,150 here for the Skyhammer Gyro Bomber. Here for the big man Kroggar, 832 with 12 there for the Skink Priest of Beasts, with 40 here for the Skink Cohorts, with 160 and 315 for the Red-Crested Skinks. 416 and 550 there for the Chameleon Stalkers, with 150 there for the Saurus Warriors, with 340 there for the Saurus Warriors, 170, 217 and 700. 435 there for the Cohort of Sotek, with the Chameleon Skink coming in at 130. If you had 4 or 5 of these, maybe you would have stand a bit of a better chance. 1.4k there for the Ancient Salamander, and the second one getting 280. Of course, they needed to come over and deal with those Gyrocopters early doors. But GG's well played. I love the attempt. Sandy the Sanders coming in. GG's, I feel dirty. Yick, yick. Great game there between those two. Great game. All right. So we are now going to move into... Should be Mr. Undead next, I think. Let's have a look. So, yes, Mr. Undead, 7260. Get yourself in here. It's going to be one of my short bits playing today. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Mr. Undead, you're in. So, if anybody here that is enjoying themselves, welcome, welcome. I would appreciate you guys if you smash that like button if you are enjoying yourself. And also subscribing. It really does help for the channel as I'm trying to grow here towards 1,000 subscribers. Now, tomorrow we are going to be having some content here yet again on the channel. We're also going to be having some more content there on Twitch. Me and Rubber Duck of War are going to be doing some Twitch stuff, and I'm going to be doing some more Twitch stuff tonight, which is going to be a Come At Me Bro series. So for those that are not subscribed there or not indeed following, please make sure you do follow there on the Twitch as well, so you can see tonight's content where you guys get to come and play up against me. So Mr. Undead is in. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we'll move on here to Mr. Karak Buftar, and here we go. Let's roll the dirty numbers. So Ranald's gift going down. Oh, I didn't actually change Papa Palpatine. I do apologise.
The true king.
Oh, we have Rakar. We'll roll both of these, and then we'll come back again. So we have Rakarth here for Mr. ALDB.
The true king.
No, sorry, for Mr. Contende against Marathi. So LSC in with Rakarth, and then Marathi in with Undead. Undead. Nice. So let's just sort this all out. So my apologies, I didn't change the scores. So the scores on the doors should be rename 1-0. And then here for... then we should have Mr. Undead. All right. So now that we're settled down there. Nice, so these guys know what's going on. So we've got Marathi, Dark Elves up against Dark Elves on Karak Buftar. Should be very interesting. Yeah, for those guys that as well are not here on the Discord, it's very important you guys get yourselves on the Discord so you guys can see all the events coming up here for the King of the Hills, as well as the Come At Me Bros. The also next Friday we're going to be going yet again here with Battlemania, which is going to be the main tournament here on my channel. So we're going to have a bunch of stuff coming forward for that. So make sure you guys are there for that as well. You're very welcome, my friend. You're very welcome. Alright, we're going to move off that. So Dark Elves versus Dark Elves. Interesting matchup. I think we're going to see some level of Scourge Runners here mixing in with... I mean, Marathi is always going to be the stronger choice over Rakaf. That is going to be pretty painful there. And a bit of a nerf there for Contende. Of course, Marathi will be the strongest caster. So after Mr. Undead, we have 2 more remaining here. We will be having... Mr. Deadly Bunnies and Mr. Ice Power to finish off the series. So we're going to see pretty normal stuff here. We're going to be seeing some Bleak Swords in the front mixing in with some Dread Spears. And then we'll more than likely be having some level of Scourge on a Chariot play, 2, 3, 4, depending on how they want to do it. Definitely going to be seeing double Manticore Marathi, I think, here for Undead. And for Contende, probably going to be seeing Rakarth on a Manticore with another Manticore and then a caster there, probably on a Dark Pegasus. Something along those lines is where you're going to be playing, but of course that is going to be favouring and probably playing into the hands of Undead. That tends to be the way that is played here for the side of the Dark Elves. But the mirror match is tough. Certainly we have specific dedicated lords. There is no ruling for this. This is never played. This is never done. Maybe there is ways. Maybe there isn't. Of course, their Rakarth can counter. Those terror-causing manticores. He can bring in his ability that reduces fear and terror and reduces that melee defense. That can make that pretty strong indeed. I'm not very versed in Dark Elf, so excuse my something build, but I believe I'm ready. Good luck, have fun. 10 Soul Stealers inbound. How you doing, Gob of Gobbos? How you doing, buddy? Maybe even 12. Yeah, maybe. I know you can definitely get 5 Soul Stealers in the match. Maybe you can get 6. Have I ever seen 6? I've definitely seen 5. I've definitely casted 5 myself. I don't know if I've ever seen 6. It would obviously be possible, I think, but maybe. Mama 2 assassins with some AoE. Maybe. That's also possible, Hank. That is also possible. Well, true. Soul Stealer isn't such a big deal if it isn't Marathi casting it. Yes, that is initially true. Yes, Soul Stealer on Marathi is disgusting because it's Marathi, right? And of course, if one of the mistakes, and one of the only mistakes I ever really saw Alfredinho make was, of course, he was fighting up against Chosen One from ODM, so an ODM off in the finals, which is where he tried to get his Manticores from the Beastmen to fight up against the Manticores there from the Dark Elves, but of course Morathi was nearby, so she has that Heartrender and the Dark Sword and the Enchanting Beauty that reduces 20 melee attack, 10 melee defense, and 8% charge bonus. And that's for both the other Manticores there from the Beastmen. So the Manticores were fighting at a massive deficit up against the other terror-causing Manticores, which basically means you just threw your Manticores against other Manticores. In my eyes, it was just a big throw of Manticores. So unfortunately, you weren't able to stop that. You could have used that terror elsewhere on the battlefield. You just had to stay away from Morathi. But of course, then you obviously can't contest the Manticores. That's what makes Morathi so strong, is the fact that she's not actually that strong a melee combatant. Morathi is actually going to be... Oh my god, she's got a lot of spells. Morathi is actually going to be like an okay melee combatant with 55 and 40 melee defense. But what you've got to recognize there is that's not including the debuffs that she gives to everybody else. So Bleak Swords in the front line, so we are going to have 4 units of the Bleaky Boys. We are going to have with some Dark Shards in behind as well. Coming in with 2 units of the Scourge Runner Chariots. 2 units of the Blackguard Nagarond. Ooh, the tanky boys indeed. They're going to be in town. The boys, the men, the myth, the fear. Here, we can see that they have the Murderous Prowess and that Immune to Psychology, Anti-Large Armor Piercing, 100 Armor, 90 Leadership. These bad boys with these halberds going to do very strong indeed. Here we are just going to be seeing Morathi on her own in the sky here on her Dark Pegasus. She will have the Wand of Carandon, very strong. Deadly Onslaught, Soul Stealer, Power and Darkness, as well as Soul Blight, Heartrender and the Dark Sword, Enchanting Beauty, Greater Arcane Conduit, and Life Leeching. Now, of course, they pretty much just want to be casting Soul Stealers, not really anything else, but we'll see. And here for the side of Rakarth, Dread Spears mixing in with Blake Swords in the front line, having some of the Dark Shards in the back, triple of those as well. It's going to be a Dark Shard off with 2 units of Blackguard of Nagaron. No way. I wonder what they look like in the black. Oh, they look menacing. They look menacing. Look at these bad boys with the red as well. God damn, they look gorgeous, don't they? We are going to have a Sorceress of Beasts here with the transformation of Gadon, the Flock of Doom here with the Darkstar Cloak, Wild Heart, and it looks like it's going to be, I like this play actually, a reduction here from the Scroll of Leeching. That's going to actually reduce the power recharge rate here for the opposing caster. On the flank here, we are going to have Scourge Runner Chariots, mixing in here with the Scourge Runner Chariots of Rakarth. Not seen that used very often, but of course he's going to be on his own Scourge Runner with the Anti-Large and Armor Piercing shots. Here with the Whip of Agony, Whiplash, the Beast Lord's Gaze, the Beast Slaver, and also the Beast Armor of Karen Carr. Very strong in the back here. We are going to have some units of the Dark Rider Shields as well. This is going to be a game. This is going to be a game. This is almost nearly a mirror match. Almost nearly a mirror match. It's pretty much going to be Morathi against the boy. The man, the myth, the legend. One last unit in the back that I didn't notice, we are actually going to have a Reaper Bolt Thrower as well. So that Reaper Bolt Thrower could be a good counter here up against some of the Scourge Runner Chariots. Get those anti-large shots in and start deleting that front line. Of course, we are going to win here up against the Dark Shards with the triple and the triple when you also have the Reaper Bolt Thrower. But something to take into consideration. Good targets on the Blackguard of Nagaron as well. Could be very interesting. Grain loss hurts farmers. Indeed it does. Alright, let's do this. Frames seem to be dropping, but might just be me. Poor Sergeant Ducky, I know. Sergeant Ducky McWillie. If you guys don't know about Sergeant Ducky McWillie, where have you been? Sergeant Ducky McWillie was an absolute legend. R.I.P. R.I.P. Alright, we're going to move forward here with the Dark Elves getting in, and as you can see, we've got a nice little big boulder here in the middle and a lip here, a bit of terrain there you can see that we are certainly going to be utilising here to the favour of the Dark Elves here in the side of Rakarth. Try and see if we can use that, get nice and close, and then get ready to push over the hill as we come into the Dark Elf side of things. Going to be moving here with the Scourge Runner Chariots. Are you shooting here with the Bolt Thrower? Bolt Thrower is going to be in range. Doesn't look like it's shooting. Looks like it's going to be targeting here up against the Chariots. One hit there straight to the face. Not that much damage. I was expecting a little bit more there. So we are going to get a Soul Stealer going down here on the Scourge Runners. Nice target here. Good arm-piercing shots coming out. And that's going to be devastating here on the Scourge Runners. That's going to be 3 taking quite a lot of damage here. Great work there coming out of Undead early doors. This is going to be a wand of Carandon going down here on top of Rakarth as well. The armor-piercing shots coming into the back. Looks like we've already broken one of the Scourge Runners. Big hit there going down on Rakarth. Rakarth on heal. That's at least 500, 600, 700 worth of damage early doors. Shots coming out as well. So we are going to have a Manticore summon in the middle. Now, the problem with the Manticore can't really chase after Morathi. They need to come in the back here and start dealing with the Dark Shards. If she comes after Morathi, they're going to get negative stats there. It's going to put down to 20 melee attack. They'll do damage, but of course they're able to shoot with the Dark Shards. In the back, we do get one of the Scourge Runners, but we are going to be shooting here in the trees, doing some damage here up against Rakarth. Some nice support there, of course, coming in from the Reaper Bolt Thrower, but the front line is coming. Now, he's going to be fighting in the front line. He has been rampaged. We now need to start shooting into the Manticore. The Manticore is going to go down pretty quickly, but of course, the armor-piercing bolts coming over the top here from the Dark Shards from the boys. Remember Morathi. Morathi's going to do some nice damage. Morathi is going to clear out that Manticore. Front line pushing forward. Some of the units here of infantry over on the right-hand side. Not too sure why that's working that way, but that's the way it's going to be. Now, if Morathi helps fight in the front line, we are going to be getting the debuff stats there from the Bleak Swords. I'm not too sure if the Heart Render has to be in action here. So I don't know if you have to be engaged. Around itself in a 40-meter radius. It's just constant. Yes, you have to be in melee combat to push in the Heart Render and the Dark Sword. So she has to be in melee combat to get those bonuses. So it looks like the Sorceress of the Beast is going to be running away there on her horse. We are going to be shooting here for the arrows into the Dark Shards. Would have been seen Morathi here with her mobility getting in the back and shutting down. Nice rear charge there coming out of the Dark Riders with those shields. Absolutely thumping it in the back of those Dark Riders. They're going to be moving through now, shutting down up against the other Dark Riders here on the side. They're going to be pushing in and just getting some lovely damage. Good rear charge. That was an excellent rear charge there from Mr. Undead. Undead here going to be shooting the back, so it's going to be another Soul Stealer here going up against the Scourge Runners. They're going to be shooting here, kiting. So we might see a break here from the Scourge Runner Chariots. A little bit of damage here. That's what we are going to damage and actually kill one of the models here. And this is going to go down to one model for the Chariots here on the other side of things. So there's going to be a Chariot for Chariot trade-off. Shooting here, looks like we are going to get the spread shot coming in up against the Dark Shards. And in the middle, Morathi is probably going to come engage in combat. We are going to get the negative stats with her floating around, but of course we're not going to get the maximum stats unless she is engaged in melee combat. In the back here, looks like we are going to clear out one. The rest are going to be chasing. Big shots coming in up against the Scourge Runners. Shots coming out the back as well. So we should be able to finish off here, maybe. We can see the second unit of the Scourge Runners down to 2 models. Waiting for that to go down. Looks like we have broken there, so we are going to be getting some good shots in here as well from the Dark Shards. In the back here, looks like we still have the Dark Riders. I'd like to see those Dark Riders still getting involved, shutting down here up against the Dark Shards. Of course, we do actually have the Sorceress of the Beast in the back as well. A little bit of pressure on her wouldn't be too bad. Shots in the back coming up against Morathi. Scored a leeching on her, reducing that power rate recharge. And we can see in the back, we are going to have the Wand of Carandon. This could actually do some really good damage. Over 1,000 damage there, giving negative 18 leadership to Rakarth. Rakarth is going to be falling 2 leadership with 106 health. One volley there will finish him off in a matter of seconds. Morathi's going to be fighting this guy up against the Ferromanticore. We need some help with her. So we are going to have a Soul Stealer in the front, helping with that front line. That's also going to help with healing her as well. We are going to rampage with the Ferromanticore. We can see the double Scourge Runner Chariots are going to be running away. We are going to try to catch here with the others in the back. Sorceress of the Beast is going to be charging here into the Dark Riders. And where is Rakarth? Rakarth is broken. Negative 3 leadership. He is going to be struggling here. As we can see here in the front line, the Black Guard of Nagron have been finished. Some lovely shots coming out of the Reaper Bolt Throwers. It's like Power and Darkness going down on them. He's actually going to be taking some of the model count there from them, as they're going to be using a lot of that ammunition to give extra mana here to Morathi. Morathi has been terrified and pushed off. 1 leadership for her. She will come back. Negative 2, 1. She's going to be fluttering back and forth here. The Manticore will fall, but it's done its work. Morathi here has taken a bit of a punching. Shots coming in the back. As she comes back, she needs to be immediately microed, because of course these Scourge Runners are going to be in chase. They are going to fire. They are going to hit. And that is going to put Morathi down on the leadership. We've got to be careful. Nice dodges there. Good micro coming in from Mr. Undead. We are going to be shooting here into the Chariots as well. She needs to keep moving. We need to get the Soul Stealer out ASAP. She's going to get hit again. And she's going to break negative 14 leadership. This is super close here. Rakarth is in the back there. He is ready to go. Ready to rumble. Balance of power is going to be in the favor here of the Dark Elves from the side of Rakarth. But not by much. 185 health as she runs away. 1 volley left here One volley left. They have run out of ammunition and she can come back. No! That is the problem with leaving them on at fire at will. They are going to shoot into the bleak swords that are going off. And of course here, that there with the Soul Stealer should be able to finish off the job and get Marathi here back into the game. Soul Stealer is going to do some good damage. It is going to heal up Marathi and she's going to get back into the game. Shots here coming up against the Bleak Swords in the front line. She needs to get involved ASAP. Blackguard fighting up against Blackguard here in the middle. And at the back here, we can see some Kite with the double Dark Shards. They're going to be shooting into these Blackguard of Nagaron whilst getting chased by the Blackguard of Nagaron of the Dark Elves. So here in the front, 54 models up against 54 models. 3.3 up against 3.7 here. So getting pretty close here between these two. A little bit of a broken, I'm not sure what it is, that must be a chariot there broken in the middle, but we can see actually going to be shattering the back here with the Bleak Swords. We are going to charge in with Marathi. Now this is dangerous. Marathi in melee combat will reduce the stats, but of course she's not super strong herself. Deadly Onslaught going down for her to try and see if we can fight up against the Black Guard. We are going to charge in here with the Scourge Runners. She's going to get out. She's going to incur with all those reduction in stats. That really will help the Black Guard here fight up against both the chariots and the other Black Guard. Flock of Doom down as well for the damage up against the Bleak Swords and the rest of the infantry. She's going to charge in the back and shut down the Dark Shards. Great mobility work there coming in. But what have we got left here on the battlefield? So we have 2 more units of the Dark Shards moving back in. Quite a bit of ammunition left in the pocket here. And so we do have some Blackguard chasing off the other Blackguard here from Undead. But if we get these Dark Shards in, the volleys up against could do some nice work. There's only 1 model chasing. They are going to come back 11 now against 1. It's not going to go well there. He's going to charge in. He's going to break them. No way. What an absolute Chad. Oh my god. He actually broke them and shattered them, but they are going to fight back. He actually single-handedly shattered 10 models. God damn it. That was insane. No way. So GG's well played. The 1,000 Wars are actually going to pull it out for an insane mirror match here between the two pairs. Marathi 2,588 there for herself, coming in with 214, 412, 313 and 400 for the Bleak Swords with 248. I think the one thing that cost here, unfortunately, is going to be allowing Marathi to get hit there by that Manticore. 614 with 850 for the Black Guard, with 605, 786 and 328 for the Dark Shards. 430 there for the Dark Riders with 1,550 with 1.3, nearly 1.4k for the Reaper Bolt Thrower. Rukarthin 203 with 146 there for the Sorceress of Beasts, with 270, 450 there for the Bleak Swords, 400, 330, and it looks like 150 there for the Dread Spears. We've got 1,200 for the Black Guard, with 300 for the second units, 1.5k, 1.1 and 1.3 there for the Dark Shards, with 300, 1,000 and 1,600 for the Scourge Runner Chariots. So the range here and the mobility going in the advantage of Contende, but of course here for Marathi, unfortunately going up against that Manticore, I think did cost the game. But nevertheless, one small mistake and that was it. So we're now going to be getting in with partially illiterate, but well played, Mr. Undead. You should be very proud of that performance. That was very strong indeed. GG's well played. Right, let's move on to another map. We're going to move on to Outskirts here for the next one. Let's get rolling here. Let's get rolling dirty. I love that. Mr. Captain Morgan actually, Mr. Captain Rumduck actually posted on Ducky's channel saying he needs to cast my game that between him and Papa Palpatine. That's legendary. All right, so we are going to move through here. Let's get the visible here on the display, and then we can roll dirty again. Let's get a Ranald's gift going. We're actually going to up the scoreboard. Two here coming in for the man, the myth, the legend.
Attack the mortals!
Manfred von Carstein here for the Vampire Counts for Mr. Contende. So LSC coming in with Manfred. MVC. And for Mr. Bunnies, what are we going to get? Aranessa Soul Spy. Aranessa. um... Bunnies equals... You're going to be Aranessa. Lovely. We're going to be on Outskirts. This is going to be interesting, for sure. I think there certainly favours the vampire counts, but it's a tight one, that's for sure. That's a tight one. So let's sort the scoreboard out. Well played, Mr. Undead. I don't know if you've rejoined chat or not, but well played, sir. You played very well. Looks like you have, yes. Well, I can't lie, I was freaking out the whole time. Of course, a double undead matchup is directly after me. Mega Red. Hey, good Sam, how you doing, buddy? Ghouls, lawsuits, hurts families. Wait, what? What's that, Catan? Alright, let's move in here. So, the scoreboard. And name number 2. So, Mr. PE Bunnies, you're in. Welcome. Alrighty. Alright, Mr. Partial Literate is going to be ready. We are going to be fighting on Outskirts. What do we think? School holidays have finished here in New Zealand. Nice, dude. So I can get some sleep. I love it. I love it. Good morning, all. Hope we're all well. I'm very good, thank you, buddy. How are you? I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great day. Mad Chad right there. That's the true Dark Elf Lord. Yes, indeed. It is the true Dark Elf Lord of the man, the myth, the legend. So Manfred up against Aranessa. And, of course, Aranessa will be having her anti-large buffs. She'll also be having her Spearfishing Net to get in and pin for that negative 24 melee defense. So, can be pretty strong. That's for sure. That's for sure. Alright, we are going to be ready here. Ready to pick, ready to get in, ready to see what we've got today. I think this is a particularly hard matchup here for the Vampire Coast. It's not a fan favorite for them, playing up against the Vampire Counts. I think it's doable. I definitely think it's doable, but at the top level, it's definitely harder. It's definitely harder. Yeah, I was resizing the letters. Yeah. I was resizing. Yeah, because not everybody's name fits in the boxes. Like, if like it's just a word box there, so I have to resize. I have to do it all manually. All right, we're in Outskirts. Let's get it. Alrighty. So, for the Vampire Pirates, what have we got here in the front line? We are going to be having... Yeah, we're going to be having... Oh, some Depth Guard. Lovely. So, we're going to be mixing in here with the Night Terror Mongols. 2 more Mongols as well for the anti-infantry and armor piercing. 2 of the Depth Guards there with that Frenzy and Hunger. Made that 3. And, of course, we are going to have the Vampire Fleet Captain and also Randomiser. So the Vampire Fleet Captain here with the Taunt, Power Stone, Invocation of Nehek, and the Drowned Dead. And Randomiser Assault Spikes here with the Spearfisher Net, the All Hands Hoy, Manaman's Luck, and also the Kraken's Bane. Bonus plus large and melee attack there in a 40-meter radius. In the front line, we are going to have the Anti-Large Halberd Polearms, mixing in as well with some Sartosa Free Company Militia. Here as well, in the front line, looks like we are going to be having some more polearms. So, what, 3 polearms? 4 polearms. 4 polearms and 2 of the Sartosa Free Company Militia. Can't heal them, of course. Also, in the back, we are going to have another unit. Yeah, so 3 of the Sartosa and 4 of the Deca mobs. So, it looks like we're going to be healing the Deca mobs with Invocation, summoning as well. Vampire magic is probably the best in the multiplayer scene currently. In the front line here, we are going to be having long lines of zombies. Of course, that's going to make them harder to chew through. Of course, that's another mechanic here that the Vampire Count mains are finding out. Skeletons in the back here. Skeleton Warriors, Skeleton Spearmen as well. And in the sky, we are going to be having some Fellbats mixing in here with Manfred von Carstein here on his Undead Dragon. The man, the myth, the legend here will be having Master of the Black Arts, Raise the Dead, Invocation of Neheg, the Doom and Darkness with the Pestilence Breath and the Sword of Unholy Power. Doom and Darkness can be good, but that's only going to really be utilised there on the breakable units, so the living ones. But Blood Knights here in the back, meeting as well with the Sternsman Graveguard. Looks like we are in the middle here. Looks like we are going to be having at least 1 White King. So 1 White King here with Scab Scrath as well, but there's no real punch. I can't see the punch here anyway. The double Blood Knights are the punch, I guess, but... yeah, could be interesting. Could be interesting. In the back here, what have we got? Direwolves there. Direwolves as well. And that looks to be it. That looks to be it. Maybe I'm just so used to seeing Varghols. I just think Varghols are just brilliant in general. But Blood Knights could be interesting as well. Blood Knights here could struggle in places. But it also could do really well as well. Alright, so what's your votes on here? What are we thinking? Are we thinking it's going to be a win here for the Vampire Pirates? Or are we going with the Vampire Counts? What's your pick? So, obviously, the Fellbats are going to move forward. There's going to be no guns for them to pop onto. So, these unfortunate Fellbats here have nowhere to go and nothing to do. Balnis is going to move forward. He's going to move under the force here. Of course, Manfred von Carstein is going to be coming over the top, but Breath Attack could certainly be used here early doors on the Vampire Fleet Captain. Or a Breath Attack would be better used, I think, on RNS actually, because she can't heal. There is no way of her healing. So having that is going to be very nice. It looks like the Breath Attack is actually going to be going into the ground. I think there's a little bit of damage on the Depth Guard, but Breath Attack directly on is not great. You certainly want to get a Breath Attack from side on, going down the force. Fortunately, that was one of the 3 breath attacks going down, and not quite the value that you would have hoped for. We're in the sky. Fellbats are going to be fuzzing around here. They're going to be waiting for their target, so there's not really too many. We can certainly break with the Free Company Militia at the front here. They will be, of course, living, so they will break at some point. But they're going to be very good at just chewing apart that front line. Of course, the double cutlasses here really going to pull through up against these zombies. These zombies are going to go down pretty quickly. The zombies falling at quite a pace. We are going to see a Scab Scrath through the middle. Doing some okay damage. I think the Scab Scrath could come a little bit further away and allow the big tier to hit on the end. Here in the middle, we can see zombies fighting here up against the Mongols and the Depth Guard. They're going to get chewed apart pretty quickly there. Breath attacks in the middle. We are going to get a summon here as well in the back. We are going to get the zombie deckhand mobs. They can fire into the sky. So that is going to be overcasted there. The overcast will actually bring out the guns rather than... just bring out a normal mob. Charge in the middle coming through. So we are going to get the Spearfisher net. All hands hoy down. We're also going to get Man's Luck and the nice bonus that's large here. Charging in from the Blood Knights to try and see if we can protect up against Manfred. Invocations as well as Taunt going down for the negative stats as well. Someone in the back here might be some zombies. He's going to be overcasted for skeletons, doing damage here up against Manfred. He's going to be caught in the middle. We really need to get Aranessa in here. Aranessa is going to be anti-large and armor piercing. Throwing her in there with a halberd will do some lovely work. Manfred is going to get caught, but he's going to pull out and he's going to get away pretty scot-free for that, I think. He's going to get away pretty freely, but unfortunately in those trades, we are going to see the Blood Knights going down pretty heavily. Invocation is going to be needed very quickly. In the middle here, we can see a summon of the zombie deckhand mobs. They are going to come in for the recharge here. Trying to see if we can pin in maybe some of the Blood Knights, maybe see if we can get in up against the White King as well. Blood Knights are struggling here. They're going to be down to 25, 24 models. 22 models. Yeah, they're having a rough time of it here in the back. We do actually have the dire walls ready to go. They kind of want to get in here and start shutting down some of the gunnery mobs. Another recharge here coming in from the Blood Knights. The second unit moving in up against the Mongols and trying to see if they can shut down some of these depth guard. In the middle pocket, it's going to be the breath attack here coming up against Aranessa. Good damage down there on her. She's going to lose at least 500 worth of health there, and maybe some extra damage here in the middle. Pole arms of the crew. Another scab going through in the back here. That's actually going to connect up against some deckhand mobs and the pole arms. So a nice scab scraff there in the back. The deckhands have dealt with the skeletons as well, and the pole arms are coming through to help deal with this middle pocket. In the middle, like Taunt is going to be on top of the White King. All these negative stats going to throw down and really make him weak here. Of course, only 60 armor, and 24 melee defense going to allow him to get punched pretty quickly. In the middle, we are going to get the Black Dragon. He's going to come through. What's the target going to be? Looks like he's coming after the Night Terrors. Of course, here they are going to be fighting to the best of their ability. They are going to be negative 10 leadership, negative 18, 530 health. They are going to fight here to the best of their abilities, but they will eventually drop. In the back, we do have Blood Knights here. They will be having 18 leadership, 13 models left. They need to keep cycle charging. In the front, we are going to see Blood Knights here fighting in hand-to-hand up against the zombie pirate deckhand pole arms, and they'll get some gorgeous value here up against the Blood Knights. In the middle here, what is that? That's going to be an overcasted Doom and Darkness, a negative 16 leadership. That will help crumble here for the remainder of the undead, and also try and see if we can break some of the Sartosa Free Company militia. Gunshots coming in the sky here from the zombie pirate deckhand gunnery mobs as they fire up into the sky up against Manfred. Master of the Black Arts going down. We are going to get a bit of healing here in the pocket, I think. Yeah, Invocation going down on the Vampire Fleet Captain. He's going to be very close there to her healing cap. But over here on the left, Blood Knights moving in with the Dire Pack Walls. We can counter here with the Mongols, nice and heavy. And we can also start punching here with the Depth Guard. Sartosa are going to move in as well for some good damage. They are going to be anti-infantry, so maybe not too much here against the Monstrous Beasts and the Cavalry. There's really not too much infantry left here coming in for the Vampire Pirates. Over on the side here, we can see that Manfred von Karstein, Taunt going down on him. That is actually going to give all those negative stats. The gun's actually going to do quite a bit more damage up against him with the reduced armor. Looks like we are going to be fighting here up against the zombies that have been summoned, but the Felbat's going to be moving in with Blood Knights with a bit of added protection there in the middle. We are going to have the Vampire Fleet Captain with Aranessa trying to see if they can open up some of these Blood Knights, but it looks like they are going to get away. For the majority, it's been some great effective trades here coming out of the Vampire Pirates. Vampire counts, unfortunately, I don't think they've quite got enough here out of Manfred. I think Manfred on the Dragon was a big, bold pick. He's going to be costing in the region of about 3,000 gold value, and you need him to continuously keep cycle charging. You need him in there and just disrupting units. Putting pressure here on the enemy casters and lords and doing what you can. But of course here with the Spearfish net and all the great stats you have from Aranessa, it can make that job very, very difficult. Taunt as well, but it's like Master of the Black Arts going down on Manfred. Manfred is going to be moving in here up against Aranessa, but it looks like we are going to have the Spearfish and nets here in a good meter radius. Negative 24 melee defense as well when fighting here up against Manfred. It's going to make it very difficult here for him. Not too sure what's going on here in the middle. I think there was going to be a summon here of something. Couldn't quite see what that summon was. But Manfred in the middle is going to be fighting, is going to be beating the living daylights here out of Aranessa. That will start to pull balance of power back to the middle. But over here on the left, it looks like it's going to be Skeletons, Spears, and Dyers here fighting up against the pole arms. The remainder of these forces should finish them off pretty quickly. That should be those going down almost immediately. And then we should get the remainder of the forces in here to pin up against Manfred. It looks like we have Taunt going down as well. But of course, we have broken Aranessa. She's going to be negative 38 leadership, 255 health for her. And of course, as she goes down, we're going to be seeing negative 16 leadership there, faction-wide for the Vampire Pirates. In the back, the Blood Knights are struggling. They are going to be fighting here up against the Vampire Fleet Captain. as well as the Death Guard really punching in with that massive weapon strength and frenzy that they have. Manfred's in the middle. That is going to be army losses, I think. But a valiant effort here coming in from Mr. Contende. Of course, not really playing with the vampire counts. An excellent effort. And, of course, here, Bunny's coming back on top. I think counts are probably going to win. Ooh, Mr. Undead, Mr. Undead. How wrong you are. How wrong you are. A great battle here, as we can see. 670 for Aranessa, with 1,057 for the Vampire Fleet Captain. We got 355 there for the Zombie Parrot Decon Mobs. And here for the Polans, we got 500, 630, 300, and 220. For the Sartosa Free Company Militia, 470 and 110 for 440 damage value. 233 kills, 930 damage value for 13,455 damage dealt. 250 kills for 1.5k and 1,200 damage value there for the Death Guard for 151 kills. The Death Guard really performing. 750 there for the Mongols. 286 and 1.6k here for the Night Terrors. So excellent work there from Mr. PE. 2,800 there for Manfred, so probably coming in at about paying for himself. We got 711 there for the White King, with 78, 53, 48, and 78 there for the Zombies. 200, 200, and 240 there for the Skeleton Warriors. And for the Spears, 420 and 220. Apologies. We got 770 there for the Sternsmen, with 1,400 and 1,300 for the Blood Knights. 205, 120, and 150 there for the Fellbats, with 418 and 230 there for the Direwolves. Yep, I like that army a lot. I think maybe Spirit Leech here coming in from Manfred, as well as the Gator Nagash, going to be great at sniping out the Vampire Fleet Captain and Aranessa. And, you know, maybe just kind of dousing down some of the units in the middle as well. But, you know, I think either way, I think that was an excellent game between these two. Very fun indeed. Yeah, when I get Aranessa, I usually can't resist, though. Sadly, there is a complete arse in this matchup. Yeah. Ah, welcome. Alrighty, so we're going to move through here. Ice Power up against Mr. Deadly Bunnies. So Contende is going to fall there on 2 wins, but of course, we do have the replacement. Well done there, Mr. Contende. Really appreciate having you on the stream, bro. You play very well, man. You play very well, especially with factions that you didn't know. I love your Dowie build. Of course, I'm a big advocate of the gyrocopters, but yeah, very fun, very fun. I don't know if that's going to fit. It should do. I should be able to make that fit. No problem at all, dude. Thank you very much for playing, dude. Thank you very much for playing. I appreciate having you on the stream, my guy. So, well played there. Let's just double check here. Oh, go on then. Go on then, Mr. Bob Tresh. I can't say no to you. I can't say no to you. Of course you can play. Of course you can play. Alright, we'll be having one more after this then. We'll be having Mr. RTK Bob Tresh coming in, because I can't say no. I can't say no to my boy. I can't say no. Where is he? There he is. In your squeeze, mate. In your squeeze. We'll get you in there. We'll get you in there. Nice. Alrighty. So, let's get the map ready to rumble. We're going to go for Battle for Itza. Quite like that map. It is not the easiest map to play on, for sure, but yeah. Let's have a little look here. So, let's jump down. Boop. And boop. Right. So here for bunnies. And then we are going to have spikes. Hey, Norska with Wolfric. Time for you to show me what Mr. Katam has taught you, Mr. Bunnies. And then for spice, what have we got? Ooh, Elberic. Elberic. Very nice indeed. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Nice. I'm excited. I'm excited. I haven't seen any Norska in a while, so quite nice. Alright, we won't do this map then. Alright, we will do... Let's do Gorgazan. So, bunnies equals... Bunnies equals Wolfric. And spice equals Alberic. Nice. Let's do this. Elberica. 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 Alright, let's move in. So, just double check. All good. Alright, so I just got to send a couple of messages, just make sure everything's okay. Alrighty, so Spice Power up against Mr. PE. Turn the Huntsman merchant ass. I love it. I love it. Alright, looks like he's ready. Death Guard OP. Death Guard are strong, but they're also quite comfortably countered. Mad Chad right there. That's the true... Alright, yeah, that was from the Dark Elf game, yeah. But yeah, should be interesting here. I'm not sure which way this is going to go. Maybe see what you guys are thinking. Oh, my neck needed that. Alright, we are ready, I think. Just waiting for Mr. Spicy. And then we're ready to shoot. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so for the Norskans, let's move in. We are going to have It looks like some ice trolls there. Yes, we are going to be having 3 of the ice trolls. 60 armor, so okay. 120 armor piercing and that frostbite ability coming in with the slow. And of course, they're going to be having that regen fear, but they will have a weakness to fire damage, of course, thanks to the regen ability. We are going to be having 2 Norscan Ice Walls. Great weapon strength here. Of course, the models are going to be reduced. But here in the back, it looks like we are going to be having some Marauders dotted along the front line, including here the Icehorn Marauders with that perfect vigor and immune to psychology. Very strong. And yeah, it looks like 5 of those. And we are going to be having the Familiar Belfiend of Shadows here with the Arcane Conduit, the Scroll of Shielding, Pit of Shades, and Pendulum. From the hero, we are going to be having a Wolf Working. In here with the Skin Wolf Working. He's going to be having Frenzy and that regen. And here for Wolf with the Wanderer on a Chariot, he will be here with Hunters of Champions, Seafang, as well as Foe Seeker, and that Rage Mechanic. For the Bretonnians, super wide, 1.4k, doubling the size there of the Norscans. Peasant mobs in the front line, a bucket load of them as well. The Holy Wardens of Las Maisontal here, of course, with that mad leadership of 90. We are going to be having a bucket ton of spearmen dotted around the back. And of course here we are going to be having some Peasant Pox arrows. So we are going to be having at least 3 of those. And in the back we are going to have Knights of the Realms. Knights of the Realms. Mixing with some Questing Knights, more Knights, and more Knights. We are going to be having Elberic in the sky. Mr. Elberic today will be having the Wrath of Manaman, as well as the Braid of Bordelot. In the front we are going to be having Gotrek. Gotrek here will be having Foe Seeker and Heroic Fortitude. And for the cast, of course, it is going to be a Damsel of Life. Damsel of Life here with Regrowth and Earthblood to heal both the big characters. And of course, Gotrek going to make me very happy here. I like seeing Gotrek in the front line. He is going to slam Wulfric. He'll do pretty well up against the Skin Wolf Working as well, actually. He will do pretty well indeed. Poison shots coming over the top. Something going to be pouring here into the Norscan Ice Trolls. Going to be slowing them down to 46 speed. Just giving them a little bit more time here at the front. Norscan Ice Wall is going to be clearing out here up against the Peasant mobs. We should be able to get a charge in the front here with the Knights of the Realm. But I'm sure the Doggos will pull out before that. So in the front here, looks like the Las Maisontal going to be fighting here up against the Marauders. So it's actually going to be Marauder Champions. I missed the fact that these are Marauder Champions. So 80 armor for these bad boys with all those added stats as they fight in the front line here up against all these Flame Sword heroes. In the front we can see Gotrek going to be chasing here after Wulfric. Gotrek coming in with that nice big gigantic axe here. The axe of Gotrek going to come for the backside of Wulfric. Not going to quite happen. We are going to pin in here with the Norscan Ice Wolves. And we are going to see a Pit of Shades going here up against the Knights of the Realm, destroying the Peasant mobs as well, doing some gorgeous damage here in the back up against these Knights. Of course, we are going to be throwing away some Marauders, but deleting those Knights for sure. Poison Arrows and the Skin Wolf Working here going to be slamming into the side of Alberic. We do have Wulfric in nice and close as well. If we do actually get his ability in, so like Scroll of Shielding and Foe Seeker going down for him to see if we can actually damage Alberic. He's going to be down to a very low leadership. We should be able to get a regrowth out here though. The regrowth is going to be popped. It's going to be overcasted for 2088 value there as well as that 100% regrowth vigor effect. I believe that they're only being activated whilst in combat. Sorry, whilst until going back into combat. So once the spell is done, he then won't have 100% vigor anymore. We'll have Gotrek here chasing up against the Familiar Belfiend. He will count as large, so he's just going to have to bounce away here. What sort of speed are we talking? 54 up against 42. Oh, he actually gets caught by one of the Knights. No! He might get slammed in from behind here. Oh, looks like he is going to get away. Gotrek going to wobble, wobble in his direction. And Seafang in the back here. Seafang wasn't quite, I don't think it was in quite the place it wanted to be. In the front here, we are going to have a Pendulum going, I think the Pendulum actually hit the Marauders there. But on the side here, we can see Poison Arrows pouring into the Norscan Ice Trolls, Marauders, and all the rest here in the front line. Balance of power is going to be even, but of course a lot of damage here has been done up against the front line of the Bretonnians. We do have 3 units of the arrows in the back, but there's not really too much left to protect them. We do have the Damsel. She's going to have 78 speed and going to be pretty mobile here in the back, but of course we are going to be having Gotrek here fighting up against the Skin Wolf Working. Skin Wolf Working is going to run away. He is going to regen. He's going to be very fast, 65 speed, but we are going to add some pressure here with Elberic. Now we need to get in here with, where is he? Oh, there he is. He's in the middle fighting here up against Questing Knights. There's no aid here for the Skinwolf working. He is going to get trapped here by Elberic. Elberic got the 3.6k. He's going to have anti-large and armor piercing, but there we go. Hundreds of champions in. That is going to be negative speed, negative armor, negative melee defense as well for Elberic, down to 0 melee defense. He's going to get chomped apart here by the Skinwolf working. We are going to move in with a Famir Belfiend as well as some of these Marauders. The Iron Marauder still fighting very strong here in the middle. We are going to get some regrowth there for Gotrek, and we're going to be fighting here to the best of our abilities up against Elberic. Elberic now going to get and shake off the Hunters of Champions, so he should be able to get back in the sky here. Healing cap coming out for him, but now we can pressure the backside here of the Peasant Pox arrows. It looks like PE is going to drop out, and that is going to be the win there for Mr. Spice Power. Well played, 830 there for Wulfric, with 1.1k in for the Famir Belfiend of Fire, with 1.7k for the Skinwolf working, with 277 for the Marauders, 36, the Icehorn in at 340, with 260 and 160 for the Marauders. Marauder Champions in at 860 and 450. Norscan Ice Wolves in at 200 and 250, with 188, 182 and 550 for the Norscan Ice Trolls. Mr. Spice Power coming in at 1.3k there for Alberic, 880 for Gotrek, with 51 there for the Damsel. 38, 17, 48, 21 and 22 for the Peasant Mobs. Here for the Spearman with 68 and also 196 with 272. We are going to have 580, 500 and 360 there for the Peasant Pox Arrows, with 440, 600 for the Knights of the Realm. Questing Knights in at 2,000 damage value, very strong. 950 as well for the Knights, and 690. So the Wardens here of Laz Mizontal in at 780 for a pretty strong performance. So GG's well played here between these two. Great games. And looks like here it's going to be a GG's. Yeah, chariot single entity rip. Yeah, I don't like single entity chariots, I'll be honest. I don't think they're that strong. Alright. Yeah, but of course here he had to use Alberic, and you know, we did have the strongest lord as well for... I think we had the weakest lord for Bretonia up against the strongest lord for the Norscans, but GG's well played. Yeah, he got stuck and refused to move. That is the problem with chariots. Alright, so we are going to have Mr. RTK. Where is he? There he is, Mr. Bob Trash. Get in here, my friend. We'll have another map coming up, and the other map is going to be... There we go. That will do. So whilst we're waiting here, let's get in with another one. Pretty sure you signed up to play, Bob, no? Oh, Juros told you that you couldn't play. Oh. I didn't say that. Alright, looks like Bob is playing then. Okay, cool. I didn't say that, but yeah. Cool. Alright, so now we've got over that, we'll roll here for their forces. So here for Mr. Spice Power, what are we going to get? Spicy Icy. Ooh, we're going to get Cetra. And here for Mr. Trash. So what we get.
defender of Alt 1.
Ooh, Imric, let's go, Imric. I think this is going to be very hard for the Bony Boys, but not impossible, not impossible. Hey, Caradoc, how you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Darius as well, I'm here for it. Let there be glory. Welcome, Darius. Hope you having a good time. Caradoc, how are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. How's things going? So, Spice. Spice, you are Cetra. And then Mr. Tresh, you are Imric. So. He has far too many tasks at a time. I'm not typing all this. No, sadly no sub-faction. I'll just leave it. But yeah, sadly no sub-faction. Sadly no sub-faction. Any place for you, my friend? Of course there's a place. Of course there's a place. We'll sign you up. Of course, for you, my friend, there will always be a place for you, Mr. Caradoc. Let me slot you in. Let me slot you in. Always got a bit of room here for you, my friend. Always got a bit of room. Let's stick you on there. Number 13. All right, there we go. Oh, I didn't at you. My bad. My bad. Mr. VM Caradoc. There we go, my friend. There we go. You've been added to the list. Alrighty. So I think we still got display capture on. Yes, we do. Cool. We should be able to sort that out. Now we can sort out here with the name. Okie dokie. So Mr. PE Bunnies goes to RTK Tresh. Because we have multiple Bobs there, so RTK Tresh is in. I might call him B Tresh, actually. RTK B Tresh. Nice. Well, we're ready to rumble here. We got El Anguil, and we're ready to go. Shadowcaster OP. How dare you consider a campaign caster? Terrible. Terrible stuff. No worries, dude. No worries. So, guys, what I'll do is I'll be right back in a second. I'm just going to quickly use the bathroom, grab a drink, and we'll be right back, ready to go. So give me 2 seconds and we'll be back. Alright, I'm back everyone, let's get it going. Mr. Zypher's back. Welcome, welcome. And the question is, Zypher and Caradoc, when are you two coming on the channel? When are you two playing against each other? That's what I want to know. When are you guys getting back to it? I've given that the wrong score I've just seen. What a silly logic. And swap the scores around. Scores on the doors here are actually going to be reversed. Alright, done. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we're in. Yes, Mr. Caradoc and Mr. Zypher, when are you two doing your best of 7? When are you on the channel? When are you going to bring it here? When are you going to bring it big? That's the question I have. Alright, so for the highs here for the team of Imric. Let's get in here. So, let's move this forward. Let's get ready to cast. So we are going to be seeing here some Illyrian Reaver Archers with that nice red here as well for the boys in the front. Quite a few units, 3 of those bad boys. Here with the Illyrian Reavers and some more Illyrian Reaver Archers in behind. So 4 Illyrian Reaver Archers. We are going to be having some Rangers dotted along the front line. I'm sure we're going to get some nice red from them as well. Look at that. We're going to have the red on the front as well. Here in the back, we are going to be having a Moon Dragon in with Imric on his dragon. That's not allowed. Dragonhorn, Lord of Dragons, and the Star Dragon Breath with Life Mage with Regrowth, Earthblood, and Life Bloom. Those two are not allowed to be together. So for those who don't know, you're only allowed 1 Star Dragon on the battlefield. You're not allowed 2, but you're not allowed another dragon. So if you bring a Star Dragon, you can only bring a Star Dragon. You can't bring a Moon Dragon or another Sun Dragon as well. Oh, sorry. I got you two mixed up. This is it. I love the F, by the way. I love the F. That is absolutely hilarious. Skeleton Archers on the front line. We've got 2 units. We're also going to be having some Necropolis Knights in the back. Mixing in here with some Spearmen, essentially Imperishable, as well as some Nekahara Horsemen, more Necropolis Knights, and let's get Cetric here with the Breastplate of Petra, the Incantation of Protection, the Incantation of the Cursed Blades, Unyielding Will, and the Restless Dead, mixing in with some more Nekahara Horsemen, more Spearmen, more Nekahara, and more Knights. They're very nice. Look at the big F. I love the big F. I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. So, Illyrian Reaver Archers going up against Skeleton and Horse Archers. I believe it's 140 up against 140, but of course we got 76 speed up against 90. So, of course, we can do a little bit better juking there. You know, the acceleration and the top end speed is going to be different here between the two. Good shot at the top is also going to be 4 versus 2, so of course you are going to win the kite there, but we do have a bunch of Nekahara horsemen in the wings, ready to go. This is going to be a full push army, 2 units of the skeleton spears coming in from behind. We are going to 2 of the chariots, mixing in with 3 units of Necropolis Knights for the anti-large. They're certainly going to thump. We are going to have a breath attack that's going to absolutely miss Citra the Imperishable. I do not think that was the plan. Citra maybe cinched his tail there a little bit, but nothing else too much. Cycle of the chariots from the middle here up against the Rangers. Rangers are going to get dumped in here pretty heavily. They do not have the toolkits here to deal with that. Charges here for the Nekahara Horsemen. They're going to rear charge here up against the Illyrian Reavers. The Illyrian Reavers are going to turn. We are going to pound and pound here with Citra the Imperishable at the front. That breath attack really going through the line there from the Kitty Cat. Necropolis Knights in as well, and there we go. That's the Illyrian Reavers. They've been dealt with and terrified. In the sky, we can see the lovely horn going down there for that fear and plus 24 melee attack. Archers here from Nekahara are going to be shooting into Imrik. Only 80 armor for him. That's quite surprising. Rangers going to get dumpstered here by Necropolis Knights. Of course, the fear, they're not going to help them too much. I think Necropolis cause fear, but not terror. That's correct. But the skeleton chariots in the back are just going to be cleaning out the remainder of the forces here. See in the front, we are going to be winning the skirmish game, but of course now it is going to be Citra fighting up against Imrik. Regrowth overcasted here on Imrik, giving a mass amount of healing. I don't know where the caster is here. The caster is in the back. It's going to be Regrowth, Earthblood, and Life Bloom. We see here that Incantation of Protection going down for Citra on his Kitty Cat, but of course we do see the double Necropolis Knights here fighting up against Imrik. 74 melee attack on a dragon is absurd. He can single-handedly take down armies, but here he is actually going to be just thumping and grinding here up against Citra. And so the Curse Blade's going down, giving negative stats, but not too much imbued there on top of Imrik. Imrik is going to get away. He does have that fire damage, which is really good against Citra. That will give him a plus 25% base weapon damage when he hits. Citra here is going to be struggling. It's going to be 4,600 for him, and Imrik is going to be at 6,100 health. In the middle, the Necropolis Knights and also the Skeleton Shout is going to pin in here up against the back with the Imrik, and now he's going to be in some serious trouble. We are going to break here with the Major Life. Should come back, maybe try to get an Earthblood or another Regrowth here back in the pocket. So the Moon Dragon is going to be getting 40 here, getting shot, as well as the Necropolis Knights coming in the back and doing that great damage here up against the Moon Dragon. Moon Dragon does go down to 73 speed. A little bit of poison here, I imagine, from the Necropolis Knights indeed. They do have 68, so they should be able to catch the 73 here from the Moon Dragon. Citra in the back should be able to finish off this Moon Dragon. Maybe you can see a Regrowth here in the middle. It is necessary. We are going to charge yet again into the Mage. Looks like she's going to get an Earthblood here on good old Imrik. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. We can see the Necropolis are going to finish off and destroy here up against the Mage of Life. She's going to fall down, and I think that's going to be it there for the High Elves. High Elves are going to be winning, but I don't think Balance of Power is really well and truly telling the truth. We are going to be kiting here with the Illyria Archers. Sorry, I keep thinking Ice Powers on. Ice Powers on the stupid High Elves. He's not. He's on Toon Kings. He is winning, and he is winning comfortably. High Elves are getting dumpstered here. We are going to be getting Realms of the Soul 2 going down. They'll be getting the extra healing here from the Necropolis Knights. Incantation of Protection here for Citra as they do fight and pretty much just surround Imrik. Imrik is pretty doomed here. The Ranger is going to be fighting here up against the Nekahara Horsemen. And it looks like here we are going to be fighting in combat with the Horsemen up against the Illyrian Reaver Archers. Imrik is going to be suffering. His healing cap is going to come through as he fights here up against just a bucket load of anti-large. Anti-large halberds, violent piercing, anti-large spearmen, and just Citra, who's going to thump pretty hard with that armor piercing value. Looks like we have some Rangers in the back. I can't see the caster, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can call that GG's. But well played here. I love the memes. I love the memes from Bob. That was funny. That was hilarious, and we can crack onto that. What's that? I need a bit more practice, although if for some reason I'm in pretty good shape right now. Me too, can't get from after summer chill / still. I think nearer to New Year I will open to suggestions. Of course, Zypher will be the first option to play on your channel if he wants. Nice, nice. Yeah, it'd be good to get you guys on the channel. It'd be really fun. 1.8k here for the Moon Dragon and 1,965 for Imrik. 52 for the Major Life there with 145. 63, 355, 576 from the Rangers. 2 damage there for the Illyrian Reavers. 500 and 420 for the Illyrian Reaver Archers. The other two here coming in at 605 and 654. 650 there for Zetra, with 50 and 900 for the Skeleton Spearman. We got 330, 200, and 440 there for the Nekahara Horseman, with 1,100 and 780 there for the Skeleton Chariots. 440, as well as 1,200 there for the Skeleton Horse Archers, with 1.3, 1.7, and 1.1k here for the Necropolis Knights. Alright, so we'll move through here, and what we will do, we'll go all the way down to the bottom, we'll go boot, and then we'll get the factions ready here for Mr. Spice, and also Mr. Caradoc.
Full deals.
Oh, we've already had, I tell you what, let's mix it up a little bit. There's quite a few factions we haven't seen yet, so let's try and roll something different to finish off the series. Try again. Yeah, we haven't had Empire, we haven't had Greenskins, we haven't had Chaos.
For Heldenhammer!
As I said, Emperor Karl of France. So we're going to get Big Karl here for Spice Power and for Caradoc. What are we going to get? For Mr. Caradoc. Give me something spicy. Come on. I want spice.
Not if they get caught.
Oh yeah, Belagar Ironhammer. Let's go. I'll take it. I'll take it. We've only seen dwarfs once today, so I will take it. All right. I can't help. Yo, what's up, Ducky? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well, my guy. You're actually going to be joining into the final game. You're going to be joining into the final game. Oh, so Karl of France up against Belagar Ironhammer. Let's pick an appropriate map. Let's finish it out here on... That is a good question. Good luck. Have fun, gents. Alright, so here we're in. Yo, Bob, what are you saying? Slongold. I wish, man. I wish. I'd get torched if I threw them on Slongold. Loved the big F, by the way. Loved the big F. Do you know the Spice? I think today it's going to be won by Papa P, though. Papa P is the big PP. He's going to come in with 4 wins today. And he's certainly come back with vengeance, this man. He's come back in to certainly slay all his foes. And, yeah, he played very well today. Mr. VM Caradoc. You're in, my friend. You're in. You're ready to rumble. Quack attack, indeed. Battle of Itza. I like Battle for Itza. I think it's a good map, but of course I'm playing on it more recently. Realised that it can be quite a heavy hindrance for certain factions. So perhaps I might leave it more out of the role. I think I need to play on these more often. I think because what I think is good as a caster point of view compared to actually playing it is very different. It's very different. But how are we doing, Mr. Ducks? Hope we're doing well, my friend. Hope we're having a great day. So we are going to be finishing out today. After this one, I believe we have a run out of competitors. But for those guys that would like to watch just a little bit more content later, there's going to be one of two things that are going to come up. I'm either going to go ahead and we're going to be doing a single player stream, but the original plan was to do a Come At Me Bro, which would be a multiplayer series where you guys come and play against me. That'll be there on Twitch, so make sure you're there, you're followed, you're ready to go, so you can see those things. Of course, there I am going to be an affiliate, so we should have some really nice options in with channel points and all these fun elements that you guys can get involved with as well. So make sure you follow that, and if you're not already following, do follow the Discord. Here, let me just invite you guys. If you follow the Discord there, you'll also be able to vote on what you want to see tonight, so you guys can get involved as much as possible, so that you can get in and have a great time. I'm so dead. Yeah, I think if you bring the right build here, Darry, it's really tough for the Empire. It's not impossible. It's certainly not impossible. The Battle for Litzer is a fine map. There's just a load of maps which are balanced but just aren't flat and open. Yeah, this is true. This is true. I just for me that you know, I think you and I have talked about this. It's just sometimes like having the trees in the spawn can be a bit of a hindrance. But of course I just need to get better really rather than anything. But yeah, I like Battle for Itza. I like Battle for Itza. As a handgun, I love it. I hate hills. Yeah, so do we all. So do my Thunderers. But no, I think it's all cool. I think it's all fine. Yeah, I think it's a good map. Well, I'm ready. So I think these guys are ready. They'll be along shortly. Let's have a little look here. Alright, just waiting for these two then. 0 gold, let's try. Ooh, that is the one advantage with having the big Belagar. He can give you some nice 0 gold builds. Some gorgeous 0 gold builds. Never played Dwarf, so all chances for ice. Oh, that's fine, man, that's fine. That's fine. The Dowie will take care of you, my friend. The Dowie will take care of you like they take care of everybody else. They do their job, they do their thing. They do their thing. So I think maps with terrain need to be brought into multiplayer a bit more. Makes people come up with new tactics. Hopefully in game 3 objectives we'll see more. Yeah, I agree, dude. I haven't put it as much in recently, but I know a lot of people do not like it. But I like bringing in Alpine Ridge. I like Alpine Ridge. I think it's strong. I think it really forces people to have to play differently. I know a lot of people don't like different, but different sometimes is needed. Thank you. Alright, so for the Dowie, we are going to have Quarrelers mixing in with Thunderers. More Quarrelers and more Thunderers. We are going to have triple of the blasting charges, including the Urkra Miners, and some Rangers here at the front. We are going to have Dwarf Warrior, Great Weapons here, and some Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Slayers here on the side as well, make that 2 units, and some more Dwarfs there. In the side, we are going to have the Gyrocopters with the Brimstone Guns. As one in the back here as Belagar and a Rune Smith. So the Runesmith here with the Rune of Slowness, the Rune of Speed, and the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Here with Belegar Iron Hammer, who's going to be nice and naked. So I like this force quite a bit. He will have to get aggressive, of course, just in case. But here, for Mr. Spice Power, we are going to be having Demogryphs here for the armor piercing. Look at these pretty boys. They are very gorgeous indeed. I like them quite a bit. So we are going to be having Karl LaFrance here on horseback with the Rightling Runefang and Stand Your Ground. I love it. I've never seen him on horseback. We're also going to be having the Warrior Priest with the Shield of Faith, the Hammer of Sigmar, and also the Grand Shield of Faith. We are going to be having the Jade Wizard with Earthblood and Awakening of the Woods. And dotted on the front line, we are going to have those sneaky flagellants. Quite a few of those indeed. We are going to be having double of the Demogryphs. And here on the side, we are going to be having Outrider Grenade Launchers. Very interesting. This is a bit of a widespread build here from... That's a bit widespread, I'm not going to lie. Pistoliers in the back. 2 units by the looks. Yes. So it's this is a bold strategy, Cotton. This is very widespread. Those Dowie are not quick folk, and they're not very good at protecting each other. I'm going to enjoy artillery much more because you can either kill them and lose objective pressure, or take damage and secure more points. It should be interesting. It's not confirmed yet, but it should be interesting with objective points. See what you can do. Alright, we're going to both start here. Blasting Charge is going to really rip apart the front line there of the Flagellants. In the back here on the top, I'm sure we will expect some Pistolier play. And over on the flanks, we are going to be seeing some Demogryph Halberd Knights. Actually, I think they're not going to be the Halberd Knights. I think they're just going to be the regular ones. They have some pretty good animations there with the nice long lances. Not too sure what sort of charge bonus we're expecting here. 60 charge, not too bad. 58 armor piercing weapon strength. 38 melee attack as well. So we're going to be rolling there in the top 90s. There when we do hit on that charge. Of course, here we have some Brimstone Guns coming forward. We only have Pistoliers here to kite, not really too much, unfortunately. We do have some grenade launchers, but of course they can't shoot the Brimstone Guns. If we get forward here with the Brimstones, we can certainly shoot here into the Demogryph Knights and do some really, really nice work. Now, of course, the one nice point about bringing one Gyrocopter is if you haven't prepared for it, it's going to be pretty tough. Hang on, have we got triple Demogryphs? We've got triple Demogryphs. God damn it. As you can see, look at the gap here. You're not going to be able to fulfill this gap in quick enough that the Demogryphs are going to be able to push through the pocket. They're going to try, but they're going to be able to weave their way through. That's not a problem. Thunder is shooting in the back here up against the Pistoliers. Demogryphs now are going to push onto the Quarrelers. They're going to get a gorgeous... Look at that damage. They're going to get a gorgeous charge in. Then I'm going to recharge up against the Blasting Charges in the front line. And the Demogryphs are going to get out. They're now going to move onto the front line up against the Ukra Miners. And they should be able to get through and do some gorgeous stuff. Slayers need to come over and start dealing with Karl LaFrance and the crew. They really don't need to... They don't want to be in the back here getting shot by the Pistoliers. Slayers are going to move in. They are going to try and fight here up against Demogryphs, but of course Demogryphs will get the damage and they will get out. They are going to be faster here. Blasting Charges in the front here up against those Flagellants. We can see some pretty decent damage from the Blasting Charges, but of course over the top we are going to have the Gyrocopters. Looks like they're going to be shooting into the Grenade Launchers rather than the Demogryph Knights. We're going to be down to 19 models over here out of 36 from the Outriders. And here in the middle, we are going to be shooting over the top with the Rangers. They're going to get those nice crossbow bolts here into the skulls of these Flagellants. In the middle, we are going to be having a Grand Soulfire. Or probably just a Soulfire here, to be honest. There's no moustache today. But the Soulfire coming down. Shield of Faith, Hammer of Sigmar as well in that 40-meter radius. Really aiding here with all the stats. Belegar in. Belegar can slap cheeks for sure. He's going to be punching here up against the Warrior Priest with some great melee attack. 69 there coming in from him. Of course, he is going to be a he's going to be a naughty man of Sigmar. It's like, oh, Dwellers Below going down, do some damage up against the Slayers, but they will move in. They should be able to do some good job. And lots of damage here up against the Jade Wizard. Jade Wizard is going to be down to 990 health. But she's going to push into the back. She's going to break here up against the Quarrel. She's actually going to get pinned in. And Belegar is going to come in with the Judgment Hammer. But he's not going to quite hit. That's such a shame. We're not able to hit some of the Demogryph. Oh, yeah, he just punches the Demogryph in anger because she got away. In the pocket here, Thunder is getting abused by the Demogryph Knights. Stand your ground, Rightling Runefang going down, which to absolutely butcher these Thunderers. They're going to get ripped apart pretty quickly here. 62 melee attack and 60 melee defense. Really going to aid them here in the front line. Now, she will come back. We really need to get the Gyrocopters over and start shooting. That's some lovely work there from Carolot. Perfect eyes and the great spot here to deal and shut down that Jade Wizard. No healing coming back, and it's going to be huge for the Dowie. And of course here they are going to be the tankiest faction in the game. 125 armor with the bronze shields here for the Demogryph Knights, but of course they are going to be getting shot by those Quarrelers. As you can see, some Pistolers shooting in the back here up against those Thunderers. It's not going to be looking too great for them. Thunderers in the pocket getting shut down, but so are those Demogryphs. They are going to be breaking here and getting pushed off. We are going to get some of the Flagellants moving in the back up against the Quarrelers. Thunderers now getting pressure here from Mr. Carla Franz. Not too much there to shut him down. So we are going to get a Soulfire here in the pocket up against the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. The Rune of Speed going down for that 40-meter radius. Increase that melee attack. And, of course, that 45% speed buff. In the back, looks like we are going to get the Wizard back, but we do need to keep shooting the Gyrocopters. You have to micro these bad boys so efficiently. Big shot there to the dome. Lovely. She's going to get some big hits going down for her. She didn't quite get the heal off. Negative 12. Lovely. 360s here coming through up against the Jade Wizard. This here, if it was Rust, you just lost their mate. In the middle, we are going to be seeing two of the Demogryph Knights pretty weak. They're going to be charging here up against Thunderers. Nothing here to protect them. They are going to be running away, and a big, fat, juicy dwarf charge there up against my gorgeous Thunderers. They are going to go down, and that is going to go in the Damas Cron there, Mr. Caradoc. Over here on the flanks, we can see a pretty healthy unit of Demogryphs here. 15 models left, but they are going to be having 2,000 health as they try and run out. Of course, the Thunderers could shoot them in the backside as they do run, but we are going to be chasing off those Quarrelers. Balance of power is going to suggest that it is in the Dowie favour. Not a huge amount, but it is going to be gently in their favour. Our Grain Launchers in the back. And also we have lost the caster. We are going to be using the miners to chase off some of the Pistolers. Where are my boys? Here they are. We are going to see the Brimstone guns coming over. Probably don't want them over in this direction. You kind of need to go shoot Carla Franz. Carla Franz is going to be very healthy, and he needs to be dealt with. Might see some blastings come through here. We're going to see some bomb drops. Yeah, we are going to see some bomb drops here up against the Sigma Suns. For Jones as well, some nice bomb drops there. Looking like we get some pretty decent damage. The Dwarf Warrior Great Weapons will struggle with that AP that is going to be paid for. Will reduce their melee defense and isn't really going to buff them too much here up against the remainder of the forces. For Jones here, of course, being naked, chasing off against some of these Thunderers. If we get a rear charge here with the Gyrocopters into the back of the Flagellants, just make sure we can miss up their attack animation. We could come back from the Thunderers and then really start pouring shots in. Blasting charge is ready to go. We are going to be chasing off some of the Quarrelers in the back here with Carla Franz. Of course, we're going to be doing the same work here with the Slayers and the Dwarf Warrior Great Weapons up against these Demogryph Knights. In the open, we can see now the Dwarfs are pretty spread apart. We can see that the Thunder is getting shut down here by Demogryphs. Demogryphs going to be wavering as well as they get recharged here. Was that Slayers? It might be Slayers over there. No, it's going to be Dwarf Warrior Great Weapons here. Great Weapons, they certainly thump. They thump in the whip. We actually have some Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. They'll do some great work here up against the Flagellants. Miners here moving in as well. Good AP pickaxes there. But we can see here, chasing off still yet again is going to be the Flagellants. Thunderers are so key for the Dowie. Losing them is really important. Gyrocopter is going to be shooting here up against Carla Franz, but look at the damage coming through. Carla Franz stands no chance, no matter what steed he's riding. He's going to be getting absolutely thumped here by those Brimstone guns. Slayer's moving in. Belegar as well, charging. Belegar does an absolute headbutt yeet straight here into the middle of Carla Franz. Shield high as you hear the big bellow scream coming from the man himself. Thunder is going to be pouring into the face of Kyle. No, he's going to get absolutely blitzed here. But he is going to charge into the back and kill a couple of models there from the Thunderers. I'm just imagining him on the battlefield. He's getting absolutely slaughtered by a line of Thunderers. Is devastating here. But in the middle, we can see actually that the Runesmith is going to be in and around alongside the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Get that increased to melee attack. Of course, we are going to get the anti-infantry here for the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass when they do to get that melee charge, getting all those nice buff to stats. For Giants here in the middle, they're going to be going down. So we have 7 models left there and 12 of the Sigma Suns. We are going to be shooting. Carla Franz has broken, so it is going to be the unbreakable units of the Sigma versus the world. The boys are inbound. We are going to see the Runesmith fighting to the absolute end here alongside his Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. These big flaming axes just going to be carving apart these Sigma Suns and just teaching them what it is to be in the Damas Cron. These boys actually have 50 melee defense as well, so they are absolutely no joke in melee combat. We have lost the Flagellants, and this is here what happens when you challenge the Dowie to combat. They'll fight to the last man, but these Flagellants, they've been well and truly dealt with. And it's going to be a great game here between these two. A really fun final one here to really round off the series. No, the Dowie taking the lead. Yes, Mr. Smalls, how are you, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's a great win there. So 56 kills, 600 damage value for Kylo Fran, 70 there for the Jade Wizard, with 365 for the Warrior Priest. 580, as well as 380 there for the Flagellants, with 450 and 530. 540 there for the Sigma Sons for 81 kills, with 970, 900, and 780 for the Demogryph Knights. 177 for the Outrider Grenade Launchers, with 426 and 200 there for the Pistoliers. Belegars in at 570, 150 for the Runesmith, with the Blasting Charges 245, 600, and 420, with 346 there for the Urkram Miners. Or to Dragonfire Pass, 570 for them with quite a bit of health left to give, with 270 for the double 4 Great Weapons, 320, and as also 570. Slayers in at 1,200 damage and 270 for the second unit, with 216 in for the Rangers and 1.8k for the Gyrocopter Brimstone guns. Very nice. 1.2k, 1.1 and 630 for the Thunderers. Always great. Such great units. 300 and 306 for the Quarrelers on top. Great way to end the series, gents. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing, gents. It was really nice to have you guys on. And thank you very much to all of you that watched today and gave your support. I really appreciate it. Of course, the first stream, not quite going how I planned. But of course, tonight we are going to be on Twitch. So make sure you guys are checking out there for a little bit more content later on this evening. So make sure you are on there. You're also going to be here as well on the Discord. Now, if you're going to be joining here on the Discord, you better vote for what you want to see later tonight and also in the future. So, guys, take care of yourselves. Thank you all for watching. And I'll be seeing you all this evening. So, look after yourselves.